Another edition of the Stretch Run. Happy Friday. We are heading into great racing at Gulfstream Park this weekend. Oldy, my brother, good to see you. Well done. Last Saturday, you hit the coast to coast, 11,000. Kudos to you, man. That's an awesome feat.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It was an exciting time, and it was fun to be on the air, with the audience having shares and, people rooting it on. I mean, we were also alive to the coast to coast and the Gulfstream late pick five to the five to fund it as well. Would have paid, the two combined would have paid less than what our collector paid, though.
Yeah, I ended up I hit something, bunch of pick threes or something. I didn't get a chance to play the Gulfstream, but our collector, that was nice. It was like 17 or 18 to 1.
Yeah, I think 16 to 1. And, Mott did an interview earlier in the week basically telling everybody, I think my horse can sit and we're not going to go. And nobody listened.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible, man. Yeah. Well, cool. Good to see you. Let's jump in because we literally have, what do we have?
6 minutes.
We have 6 minutes. So that is my ticket. I'm singling in race 3 to the 1, Ensign Parker. I like the speed here on the dirt. I think the 3 is a little bit cheap. I could see that the 3 could mess everything up with the 1 horse, but I'm taking that EquinEdge long shot. I mainly Oldy. Why I'm singling in this race is because I was completely against the EquinEdge picks and the favorites. The scratch of the 5 does help them both, but it is insanely tough to win from the outside post like that, going 8 furlongs. These are not classy horses. This is a bottom level claimer. I'm just taking the dirt, the speed with the 1, hoping the 3 does not spoil the apple cart. The 4 in this first leg, everybody's been talking about on Twitter, everywhere else I have seen. Judge Judith rail 63 feet today again. It's been out there. This could be lone speed. I think Saez on the 6 is going to play a factor here. So I didn't single there. I singled in third leg. Tough sequence. Oldy, that is your ticket rate. No, where's your ticket?
Nope.
Well, you'll have to hold on. I lost it. Give me a second and I'll pull it up. You are singling to the last leg 5. So hold on. You are the same with me here. 2, 3, 5, 6. I think in leg 2. You are 1, 2, 3, which I like all these inside posts here. You used the 7 and 10.
7 strictly a class play. I did not use the 9. I think needs the lead, and I warned people against using the 10, but then I was spreading here, and the horse that I really liked in leg 3 was scratched, so I like that 5 that got scratched there.
I'm with you. That may have been my single. So that is Oldy's ticket. Tell me a little bit about, just since we have 4 minutes and we can go back through the sequence a little bit, but tell me about your single and the 5 in the last leg.
I think there's a lot of cheap speed in that last leg. The 9 is moving up in class and wasn't able to last on the lead last time, is breaking from an outside post, which is always difficult at Gulfstream. Especially going 1 turn on any of their courses. The 3, the long shot is a Abreu claim. He's 5% on claims. I'll pass there.
Pink Party Pants. I love the name.
Yeah, I love the name. Yes, definitely. And all right, so if I'm not playing the 9 and I'm not playing the 1, and the 5's a second time starter and the numbers are huge, I'm banking that the second time starter breaks a little better here and has what looks like a decent pace to close into.
Yeah, I actually like the single, to be honest with you. I struggled a little bit in this race. I think I was 4 deep, but I could see singling the 5. I could also see singling the 9. I like a horse that rates off the pace here, though, which the 5 is going to sit the perfect trip. I do think the 9 could be dangerous on the front end. That horse is working well. It's, improving from last out as a second time starter. It definitely could improve. It ran well. Paco jumps on, which Reyes rode last. But I like your single. I think the 5 has a great shot.
Excellent. Sounds good. Looks like
yeah, so Oldy, I'll give away 30% of mine. So as I'm gonna prep that and get ready since we only have 2 minutes. I'm not going to turn on the sound yet because Samantha's talking. So why don't you talk a little bit, Oldy? I'll leave your ticket up here. We are the same horses in the first leg, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. Why don't you talk a little bit about this and why you didn't single the 4 with the 63-foot rail? And I'm going to work on getting this ticket giveaway.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 4 has a decent shot here. There was a interesting workout report on the 3. I think the 3 is going to show more speed than you might think here. He, for whatever reason, broke poorly in both turf starts, and one was clearly was bumped. The other one isn't really noted in the PPs, but there was an issue there. I think the 3's working well. It's Safi and Zayas. I think the 3 is going to outrun that 27 pace number, and I think is going to be up and near the lead. I think the 6 is going to be sent for almost certain because where's the other horse? There was another D'Angelo horse that may have scratched out of here, but that horse only has one way to go. I think it's going to be sent here.
Yeah, we see this totally the same, man. I mean, that was why I didn't single the 4. I know a lot of people, and this is an area I would have looked at it with. This horse is 2 for 4 at the distance with some thirds. I think this horse is going to run great. It is tossed the last out off the synthetic, gets back to turf. It totally fits here. I'm with you. I think Saez is going to send the 6. I think the 3 is very live here for Safi. This horse just didn't break last out and was in the 12 post. Like, forgive this all
right.
day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you get here, and this horse was in a 64. So, like, this horse won here off the pace in a 46. I think it's going to sit close. I'm with you. Zayas rides back for Safi. I'm totally with you. So we are the same here. Let's, since we only have a little bit of time, let's do this giveaway real quick, Oldy.
Yeah.
So I'll give away 30% of my ticket. So 3 winners, each 10%. Looks like we have about 34 people. We have not done these in a couple weeks because I've been way too busy to even send a tweet. So we're back at it. 3 winners. I will begin the draw. Johnny, Chris, you won. I've been waiting for Chris Walsh to win. Oh, I love seeing that. Chris was on you last week with Oldy, so I love seeing him get a chance to win. That's awesome. And then I don't know these other 2, but a couple, Johnny, and Teo. So congrats to everybody. Chris, congrats to you. 30% of my ticket, which is trying to beat the 2 in leg 2, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to try to single, but that's my ticket. We're singled in a bottom level claimer, but I like this horse on the rail and with the speed. It's the second win percent too, so we'll see.
And we both talked about that too, kind of together, but the 2, could win. It's, a Ravelli horse. It's been up here a little while. So it should have shed that winter coat, but the horse itself is 1 for 11 on the surface on synthetic, and seems to prefer dirt looking at its results. And so that kind of opens this up. Could it win? Of course. Is it a single in my mind? No. I think the 5's really sneaky there, working really well. It has a nice win last time out from off the pace. The 3 is sneaky. I think the 6, if the pace melts down all the way, And, I know some people like the 4 as well. I was not on the 4.
All right, I got the sound on. We should be good to go.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time.
Oldy,
Handicapping
you're
moving
okay?
in for race number 5, starting leg of today's late pick 5.
David,
3-1 on
go to
1.
my
Riveting
Twitter.
Spirit.
It's
Favorite is
Justin
4. Judge
Sampson.
Judith. Money's poured in for her.
And
Key scratch here.
there's a tweet I'll send each week. And you just have to retweet it. You also have to make sure to follow myself, Oldy,
Tamarindo stepping forward next.
But go to my Twitter. You'll see it there.
Waiting for Speed
How
Salsa
narrow that is.
to take the outside.
Yeah, man. That's...
And
Ford and not even get the lead, man.
From the center, Mia Camilla
there goes the
fires
sticks.
forward and looks
They
clearly advantaged.
deliberately took back.
Who's away in second. Riveting Spirit is an early third. Tamarindo comes away in fourth
Size
with
is gonna be
Nana Fanny
tough
out
on the
deep
lead
on the
here.
course, then looking like a queen. Judge Judith in tight, headstrong, and had to tap on the brakes. That means she's last of all, passed by Pretty Keen.
I hope I'm not wrong.
Into the clubhouse turn they race, and with a pretty easy lead.
Yeah, I got
Mia
burned
Camilla.
race 1, not using the 10 with the rail
also
out.
second from the inside. That's Riveting Spirit in third.
And is second
there from
EquinEdge
fourth,
pick.
looking like a queen who's outside
Yeah,
of
I really
Tamarindo,
liked
then
his
Nana
1.
Fanny. The 2 at the back.
I thought
Judge
he was going to
Judith
break
and
that well
Pretty Keen.
and be
And
where
run
he
to the
is.
backstretch, the quarter time was
might have
24 and
considered
4. The
singling
leader
there.
is Mia Camilla.
So
3
the
parts
7
of
looks
length.
live too.
Speed Salsa second, Riveting Spirit is third, looking like a queen is fourth. Nana Fanny on the outside fifth. Tamarindo races from 6. Pretty Keen is 7th. And 8th and last is Judge Judith as they make their way less than 5 furlongs from the finish. A half-mile quite reasonable, 49 and 3. And the advantage to Mia Camilla. Saez doling out the speed on her. She's been in front from the outset and leads by a length and a half. Speed Salsa under a loose rein from Paco in second. 3 wide, Nana Fanny at the rail, Riveting Spirit. Irad patient with Riveting Spirit. She's in the orange and black and needs someplace to go. Her back is Tamarindo. That is looking like a queen. Riding up from the back is Pretty Keen as they straighten for the drive. Mia Camilla has the lead off cover. Here's Riveting Spirit. Bidding up now to take on the leader from third, Tamarindo, down the center, Pretty Keen, then Judge Judith. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Riveting Spirit has the lead. Judge Judith still has a chance. She was last early, and she's charging hard. Riveting Spirit almost home. Riveting Spirit wins. Tamarindo is up for second. Judge Judith is
yeah, the 3 did, just couldn't get up, which was kind of a bummer, but the 1 ended up, taking a lot of money there. Ended up being the top win percent, top EquinEdge pick. So the system was all over the 1. But we get through Oldy, which I was worried a little bit about the 10 once that horse broke so well. I'm like, that horse is going to sit a great trip, and I didn't use it. Chris, I don't think you can, man. I mean, although I don't think he's been as hot as he has been, but he's back to his winning ways, I'm sure.
Paco's actually been pretty hot.
Well, good to know. I haven't really paid a lot of attention. I know that Gulfstream's been paying really well, but I don't know if we'll see that the big paydays here in the late pick 5. But Irad gets home there in the first leg. Oldy, anything you want to chat about from last week's show or anything? I'm gonna send a quick tweet, so feel free to just share anything or talk for a couple minutes.
Well, let's talk about a ticket that was put out from yesterday. There was somebody who hit the entire pool for the early pick 5 at Gulfstream on a $36 ticket, which was insane.
I saw that with a single 3 horses, although the 2 was for sure a single. I don't know how they singled the other horses.
Well, the 7 in race 4 was going to be the highlight horse, and then I never got to put it up, and I didn't play the sequence. But had I had that, I would, at 144, we could have hit that $144 ticket. Honestly, the 5 in the last was the horse the system had the most problems with finding. I know Scotty was alive to the 4 as a single in the last for like 25 grand.
That was a tough race. I thought I didn't love the 9, and the 9 almost won. But that's wow. He was singled in that last race. That's pretty incredible. But not. I mean, obviously didn't win. But
somebody in the WhatsApp chat had been on the coaching class when he put his ticket in. So
Interesting.
yeah.
That
And yeah, it was
133 grand.
Yep.
Oh, it wasn't a single ticket. How many tickets? It must have only been 2 or 3 tickets.
I heard it was pool scoop, but Chris is saying it wasn't a single ticket. So the group that posted the chat and the ticket said it was a pool scoop. So that's why I went with that.
Maybe
Johnny says 1 ticket. That's what they were saying. So it might have been a small pool. I know Chris is savvy enough that he'll go back and he went back and looked at the pool. So it was not a pool scoop. They were not being honest with
Johnny, that. Johnny, you won 10% of my ticket, and Chris, you did too. I'm making sure you guys saw that. So it wasn't a pool scoop.
It was not, apparently, but still, 130. That's a pretty good pick 6 jackpot payout too. 130. Well, with tax, probably I think he showed 125 as the payout, or 135. I'm not sure. It was on NYRA bets was where he had placed it.
Oh, well, if the pool is 400, Chris is right. That's not single ticket.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I would say probably 2.
Well, 3, I want to say, because we take out.
Well, either way, that's incredible that somebody was able to do that.
But yeah, with the right single, the system would have done it at 144. No other changes.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. It's I don't know how they singled the 5 in the last race, but good for them for being able to figure that out.
Yeah. But like I said, and Paco was up on that horse, and it was a good ride. He's been riding pretty well.
Okay. Oldy, let's go to, I'm almost done with this tweet. I just got to cut to pictures. I need to take a screenshot there, and then I need to take a screenshot here. So I have both those. What do you want? Let's do Santa Anita after Gulfstream race 6.
Okay.
You want to talk Gulfstream race 6 for a minute while I send this tweet, or do you want to go to, well, you don't have a lot of options in the near term.
We could go to Fairgrounds. We could go to Sam Houston, maybe.
You can bet Sam Houston again, I heard.
Yeah.
I think it was a positive overturn in the court, right?
Well, depends on whether you believe that HISA was positive for horse safety, because great for Sam Houston, but negative for things like having a standardization on drug testing and of horses and things like that.
Yeah. Why don't I'm listening to you. Why don't you talk to Sam? If you want to pull the Sam Houston race up on your end, I'll go through the system here and kind of track along. I can multitask on my end.
All right, Sam Houston, you have 4 horses with double-digit win percentages, and the rest are 1%ers. So let's get rid of the 1%ers because they do not appear to affect the pace scenario either. The 4 is your top win percentage top pick. Looks like it is pretty close to needing the lead. Didn't win last time out at Sam Houston at this distance against the same SOR. Broke slowly though, so that might have been the reason for it. And then chased, so this horse probably needs to be pretty forwardly placed. The 1 is 28%, so they're marginally different, but they're similar in actual pace. The 1 Brew Crew can rate a little bit. Did win last time out at Remington against 48 SOR, moving up ever so slightly to to 50 SOR, even though going down and claiming price to 10K. I imagine this horse is going to be pretty live here. And then the other horse I'm interested in is the 2. So if the 4 and the 1 just go nuts, I think the 2 is going to sit a perfect trip here. Does need pace to run into, is dropping from 15K to 10K, non-winners of 3 lifetime. So should get a little class relief here, and is Lane Luzzy and Caldwell, they're 20% as a combo, 22% to win. And, I just think that this horse, if this pace goes nuts, that this horse could be had at a price.
All right. Well, we have about 9 minutes. We can come back to that. Let's talk, Oldy. Let's talk Gulfstream race 6, because neither one of us singled. I don't know. Is it tape to tape? I guess is probably the name of this horse. This horse looks to be pretty quick on the lead, going 5 on the synthetic. I just didn't know if this horse was classy enough in the starter optional claim, was my concern. It has won 2 in a row and did win a 60 at Hawthorne on the dirt. Should translate fine to the synthetic. I mean, this horse has raced well, though has raced much better on dirt and turf. But I just didn't know if this horse was going to be able to get the lead and stay there, and thought this was a bit of a tough race. I went all here, to be honest, but I just didn't see that this horse maybe could hold on to wire.
Yeah. No, I was concerned about that 1 for 11 stat on the surface. I like the 5 a lot here. If you want to drill into the 5.
Oh, hold on. I'm on the wrong tab. There you go.
All right. So for Survivor, the 5 is 1 for 8 at the distance. Last out winner at 5.5. I think they could get the pace here it needs. It may have learned not to need to be on the lead last time out, because if you look, he did not go last time. I like that horse for Delgado. I like the 6 a little bit. I think the 6 could sit a trip again. This is another Hawthorne horse coming in. It's Chris Davis. It picks up Jose, and is currently sitting at 9-1, and has a victory over 64s on the turf. The GSR drop is not that extreme. I think that this horse could get the pace set up and could be gone.
Yeah, EquinEdge long shot for City Drifter too. I think at one point the 4 actually was EquinEdge long shot, because I had a note, but I had handicapped some of these races earlier in the week. But I thought this 4 in the same situation, Oldy. I mean, this horse is the top win percent, and the 2's not even the top win percent. This horse really could run well. I think Gaff Leon's riding, for Abreu. So you have the 3, 4, and 5 are all off the claim.
Right. And what I'll say, and I don't understand the 32% on the 4, because Abreu is 5% off the claim.
Well,
so
something there then, right? I mean, there's something in the data and what the system sees on the 4.
Yeah, and maybe the system's right here, but that seemed like one to leave off for me.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really like this horse. Like, I thought about potentially singling here against the 2, because I just didn't like the 2 at all. I mean, I still use the horse, which sometimes I guess probably toss them. But I thought this horse, I mean, the thing about Super Success is I felt like this horse right here really improved in a 58. It ran well here in a 60. These were all at Woodbine, so I always kind of tread with a little bit of caution. But Horse is cut backing a little bit, and a half furlong, and there's going to be, I think, just a ton of speed here. I really do. And I feel like, I mean, you get Gaff Leon, which you're not going to get a much better jock to be able to try to sit the trip here. And I just thought this horse could sit a really good trip. And the work report, it did point to this horse having potential to show up.
So
here
go back to that horse for a second, because this is like the Ravelli. This horse is coming, and the 6. This horse is coming out of cold weather. So let's look at the, when it came down there. Scroll down.
Oh, you're saying when it came to Gulfstream?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know, but I mean,
it
could have been after Christmas or could have been before.
Yeah, if it was after Christmas, I'd be concerned that it hasn't been down there long enough acclimating to the heat.
Yeah, although, I mean, you can see, I mean, this horse has run at Gulfstream, but only once. So,
yeah,
that would be but it ran well, obviously, with that type of.
Well, and this was also claimed from Drexler. And, Drexler's a really solid trainer at Woodbine. And, Abreu's a nice trainer, but he's not in that same class. Too.
So Iraz won 4 in a row is what I'm reading here. I didn't even that's pretty wild. So is he going to win 5?
He could. I mean, this could be the IRAD day. I mean,
well, it probably already is the IRAD day if he's won 4 out of 5 races.
Except for the one I had him singled on in the first leg.
Oh, I was gonna say, so what did the IRAD pick 5 pay? Oh, I paid $324. Okay.
I mean, well, you wouldn't expect it to play.
Yeah.
It's going to be low odds on IRAD anytime.
Huh. Yeah, and I don't know. Again, I'm with you. I was trying to upset the 2 here, so I guess we'll see what happens. All right, go ahead, Oldy.
I looked. I still can't bet Sam Houston. It was not in my drop down, even though today it was supposed to be back.
On EquinEdge?
No, on my ADW on Spires. But hold on, let me refresh and just make sure it wasn't a refresh issue.
Yeah, I use Express Bet, and it's not showing either. But maybe I have to refresh too. So maybe they didn't get everything figured out. I saw Aqueduct canceled, so I'm sure that was weather driven, right?
Yeah, they have extreme cold and wind.
Oh, Charlestown canceled tonight and Penn canceled tonight. So if anybody planned on playing those, Turfway is not canceled, so that's a good thing, right?
Oh, they backed out of the simulcast. Chris is saying I did not. He probably did send me the tweet and I missed it today.
Oh, Chris, why? I thought they like when I read the article, I thought they were all for this. Coach, good luck playing Fairgrounds. I did not look at Fairgrounds, but it's always a lot of fun. So good luck, buddy.
Yeah, Coach, you heard my complaint yesterday in the chat, right? That the 7, I believe it was in race 3, the first leg of the late pick 5 at 12-1. I had that horse that got disqualified. I had the 5, but not the 6. So I got knocked out of the late pick 5 by what I would term a questionable disqualification.
They're in the ring. Looks beautiful in Florida today. It's looks a lot nicer than it is here in Seattle.
Welcome back for the 6th race, claiming 5,000.
As you would expect this time of year.
I know. I was talking to my girlfriend earlier. I'm like, man. Well, actually, she said it. Steph said it. She's like, we need to go on vacation, and I'm like, man, I just need to go to Florida and go to Gulfstream.
Yeah, you can call it a vacation, but you could be visiting Scotty.
I know, right?
We could have an E meeting in Florida. I could go down and visit my son, and we could have a meeting down at Gulfstream.
That would be fun. That would be a good trip. We have 8 minutes here, and then after this race, we will cover early Santa Anita, pick 5. Looked like a fairly good sequence as well. And then we will shortly after that probably cover the Golden Gate pick 5. Oldy, have you been playing Golden Gate?
Only mostly on the show. I did hit the on Sunday. I did hit the golden hour.
Nice.
For about, I want to say, paid around 900 something.
Coach, that would be good. Hey, Dave, welcome. Chris, I've never been to Tampa, so I mean that would be a good trip too. You know, I mean somewhere. I need to figure out where to go this summer. Maybe Saratoga. I mean that might be. I have not been there. I always go to Del Mar because I just think Del Mar is an incredible spot. But you know, I need to find a new spot to go this summer.
Mike Mahoney, who used to be in a lot of the chats, you should talk to Joey because I think Mike Mahoney has Saratoga tickets. Or has in the past.
Yeah. Maybe I've always wanted to go. You know, I think Oldy, you and I met up at Keeneland. That was a great trip. I had loved Gulfstream though, to be honest. But we should try to visit. And I love Del Mar. I mean, 2 places you don't get much better in Del Mar when that sits right on the ocean. Great food, great atmosphere. We a lot of times we'll just rent an Airbnb very close to the track and Brigantine and just be able to like have good food, go to the track. It's a quick walk and you have the beach right there. I don't think there's another track that has the beach like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
Chuck's hosting if we go to Toga. Okay, man, like I'll let you know. It's on the agenda at some point, whether it's this year or sometime in the future. Chris, that would be good because I cannot play tournaments online in the state of Washington. So having live tournaments is always a good way to go. So Claudia likes the 2, Oldie. Samantha had the 2 in second. She had the 3 here. And
I used the 3. I just haven't talked about it. It was not among my favorites, but
there's the 2 with the Irad factor. Look at that guy there. What's on that guy's shirt? A colored bunny or something?
Yeah, I think so. It's either that or those are horse ears in the
Oh, that was great, man. All right, let's we still got 5 minutes. Let's look at this Oaklawn race real quick.
Sure. And I meant to see, let's see if they
clear skies.
So Oaklawn race 2, look at that for a second. Had I fired a Oaklawn pick 5 ticket, that would have been my single, the 2, who was top win percentage, 12-1 on the morning line, 4-1 on the morning line.
The public obviously got there as well.
Yeah, I hate when that happens, but you can't control that, right?
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. I mean, that's a big morning line. That's a great play, and then you know, I mean, that's pretty incredible. Gets all the way bet down there. Went off at 11-11. There's a Broberg Christian Torres horse on the 7 Ocelot. EquinEdge long shot. Like, I mean, that's a pretty big combo. 23% price play. Look at what that horse just went from 11-1 to 8-1. There's a lot of morning line angles in this race, right, Oldie? I mean, look at that. 6-1 to 10, 8-1 to 15, 5-12. So, see, when I see that, this tells me this race is wide open, to be honest. Because look at, like, the morning line odds maker try to say, this race maybe isn't, you know, I'm going to have some horses that look like maybe they're more from a morning line, like above these. But then I see this, and I'm like, this race to me looks wide open.
And I'm going to give you a horse here at 8-1. The 6.
Press Snooze.
Yep. Been running on synthetic. I think it's was winning anyways, but I think it's more of a dirt horse. You go back and look at those 2 wins at Oaklawn in April and March. You know, at this distance against equal or better than this group.
Yeah, coming off the layoff would be, you know, and I have no idea about this trainer, but coming off the layoff, steady. Well, this horse raced. No, I don't know why. That's an interesting gap. It would be my only comment, but
yeah. Well, and I wonder too. I mean, I could pull up and see how the horse is working.
I mean, when I look at, there's a ton of speed here. This is pretty
Yeah.
wild. Chelsea Bailey, she's riding the 4 here, which this horse has a big shot. It looks like at 29%. I always say, what have you done for me lately? Well, you've gotten a lead and dueled in a 62 and a 60. So this horse is taking an SOR drop, which will obviously help.
Yeah.
So this horse is probably going to be dangerous, but there's a lot of speed. This horse is going to be on the outside of the 1 and 2. This to me would play against the 1 and 2 for me, because they're going to be outside and the 4 is going to be pressing. And these horses are coming from much, much easier races, especially the 2. But the track, it does say it's muddy, although when I'm looking at it, it doesn't look that muddy. But looks like the sun finally came out. But I wouldn't be surprised, Oldy, to see a horse like the 6 or, even this Broberg horse. I mean, this horse is, was off slow last out, maybe tossed this race. I mean, this horse has been racing in the 60s really well. So this horse is dropping in class. Broberg and Torres off the claim. These horses, the 3 is taking a step up. So this horse was off the claim in race last out in a bottom level claimer probably, and now jumps to 12.5.
I will tell you, I did look. The 6 has a 3-star work too, so he's working well.
I'm boxing the 3-6-7, Oldy. That's my play.
I went a $10 win play show on the 6.
All right, let me turn the sound on, then we'll jump back to Gulfstream. Oaklawn race 3. We'll see if the speed holds here, if somebody comes off the speed. Gulfstream. We got a little bit of time. I'll jump us over there on the show.
They're off. Colton's Dream in full impact shows speed. Otis, and Ocelot are close up. Then comes Press Snooze, passed by Rockin' Junebug. Towards the back of the pack are Thunderstruck, and the trailer is Alex's Strike. Colton's Dream moves through at the rail to take the lead. Colton's Dream just in front of Full Impact in second. Ocelot is 3 deep in third and a length and a half from the front. Rockin' Junebug is fourth with 4 lengths to make up. He's a length and a half in front of both Press Snooze and Otis. Thunderstruck is about 12 behind for Keith Asmussen, and then 8 lengths last to Alex's Strike, as here's Full Impact outside of Colton's Dream, and these two match strides at the top of the stretch, and right now they pretty much have it to themselves. Colton's Dream inside, Full Impact outside. It is 5 lengths now to Ocelot. Thunderstruck
is going to drift the 6 so far wide.
Get up to a closer position, but
speed's going to hold.
Colton's Dream. Colton's Dream is the leader. Full Impact is second. To the outside, moving through is Otis. Thunderstruck is flying now, but he's nowhere to go between horses. So Colton's Dream is clear. Thunderstruck might get second. Colton's Dream.
Not even second for my 6. Might have needed the race.
Yeah. All right, back to Gulfstream 2. Irad going for 5 of 6 today. They're hopping on the Tapeta. This horse is going to send. We will see how easy of a lead the 2 can get, or if we end up with some speed from anybody else. I think there is some potential here that tape to tape, I don't know. It is Irad. I mean, he's going to get this horse out of the gate. We'll see if this horse can go gate to wire.
For sure. I mean, that's the question here. And, I think the 5's pretty fast. I think I don't know. Being a Ravelli and being Irad, it could, that they used to be a 30% combo. Now they're like a 9%.
I saw that. Leslie, the 2 was good there. That's your track. I would love to go to Oaklawn too. Looks like the track does look a little bit muddy, I guess, but it looks like it's a beautiful day now. So All right, they're loading race 6 from Gulfstream. A beautiful
Got it.
day in South Florida. We will see if Irad can get win number 5.
Reminds me that there was a day a couple of years ago where Pratt won, I think, 8 of 9 on a Santa Anita card.
Horses are at the gate. It's now post time.
Has
Moving
anybody
in for
ever
race number
swept,
6, starting
like,
leg of the late pick 4.
a
Even money
sizable
favorite is
card?
number 2, the Speedy Son of
I don't know.
Uncaptured. Tape to tape.
I'd be curious in the
3
chat
to
if
1
anybody
respect, no
knows.
angel. 3 to 1.
I know Pat Day once won 8 at
Earlier,
Arlington.
now 9 to 2 on Super
I
Success.
mean, that's pretty crazy.
Waiting for
I mean,
Forest Survivor and
assuming there's
City
probably
Drifter.
9 or 10 races there.
Yeah.
$250,000 in this late pick 4 pool. We're just waiting for City Drifter and Forest Survivor. Forest Survivor's in, City Drifter to the outside. All
Let's
set
have
for
the
the
2
late
break
pick
a little
4.
slow here.
And they're
No.
off. Excellent start for
Very
Tape
fast.
to Tape, who blasts off to take a clear lead.
That's an
Leads
interesting
from the
view.
outside, City Drifter into second. At the inside, Super Success. He moves up to third. Away fourth and Forest Survivor. Then No Angel, and he's in charge. They go to the far turn, and Tape to Tape is in charge. He leads by 2. Second is City Drifter toward the inside at Super Success. Back from fourth and Forest Survivor. 3 better than No Angel.
We talked
and
about
at the back
this
is
horse
he's in charge.
maybe not being
Less than 5
constant.
16ths to
We'll
go.
see.
Tape to Tape has the lead. He went 21 and 4 to the quarter. On the outside, Super Success. Far outside and City Drifter. Back from fourth and Forest Survivor. Getting set to wheel to the far outside is No Angel. Then at the rail, it's he's in charge. They fan across the course and straighten for the drive. Up front, Tape to Tape, trying to finish it up from second at Super Success. City Drifter is next. Down the center and Forest Survivor.
Yep.
Final 16th of a mile. It's never easy to win 5 races. It's harder to win 5 in a row. Congrats, Irad Ortiz Jr. Tape to Tape by many. Second is Super Success in 56.
Well, he made that look easy. Not a good start to. That's a good boom for you, Tony, but very chalky to start the pick 5. So we'll see what happens here in the next couple races. But nice. That's your single. Well done. I think that a lot of people singled there. So good job, man. All right, let's Oldy, let's go to, we have Santa Anita starting, let's see here.
Soon.
They start at 5. No, I'm in race 5. 45 minutes. Well, cool. Let's do this though, because then we'll go through this. We go back to Gulfstream, then we do Golden Gate, and then we'll have Santa Anita, Golden Gate, Gulfstream all going at once. So it'll get a little bit crazy, but that is my ticket. I'm singling Oldie the 4 on the turf. There's a 30-foot rail here. The morning line doesn't like this horse, but I wasn't too concerned about that. I found kind of a difficult spot to single, to be honest, other than I know you singled in the last leg. I do think the 4 or the 7 also could be singles. But I thought this horse could be tough on the lead. It's the top GSR. This is not a tough field. I mean, you have a 1 for 31 horse and 1 for 9. So we'll see here. I just took this from a GSR and pace perspective. The horse, the 6, obviously with Pratt's going to be probably very tough at 50%. But let's jump to race 1, Oldie. And then we can, I know you singled in the last leg, so we'll cover that right at the end, but you were 1, 3, 4, 6 here. That's your ticket. Tell me about the first race.
Again, the rail's out, as you mentioned. It's at 30 feet. The 4 is your top pace here. It's, kind of in line from the SOR standpoint as well. It's your second choice. It's 14% to win. So the 4 could go gate to wire here. And, it's Rispoli. Currently it's sitting at 6 to 1. I thought that horse was really dangerous here. The 1 is your long shot and is also 20%. And, is going to have to rate and get a trip with the rail out. But it's currently sitting at 5 to 2, which I think is a little much, to be honest. And the 3 I used, the 3 is your top SOR horse, moved up too far against 64s last time out. Also got bumped at the start and pulled up early. I do think this horse is going to run better. I think the system is reacting to the poor effort last time out. And I think that this horse has a big shot if the 4 stops.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. We used all the same horses in the first leg. I tossed the 2 and 5. I thought the 2 was cheap. I think the 5 is 1%, to be honest. Yeah. So although somehow it's 11 to 1, but I thought this was a little bit of a tough race. I originally kind of fell on the 4 and 6, but then started to like the 1 and then the 3 a little bit as well. I think to your point, the 4 here are going to have a lot of speed. The 3 has a much higher SOR, but the 4 here, I mean, it's been going 8 furlongs. It was on the lead last out and just held on in a 52. So, I think this horse has a good shot. It's working well. I think the 6 is working well. So I think it's going to be a competitive race. I didn't love the 6 as a single here. Just mainly because, of the speed potentially of some of these other horses, depending on what the fractions are, just how Pratt is going to be able to close here. I mean, I'm guessing this horse is going to probably sit somewhat close. I don't think it's going to be like way back, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, no, and I think here also what's interesting on this horse is that it's a maiden breaking win, even though technically this is a starter optional claiming 50, its maiden win was against 50s. And this is a 46 same race SOR. So I could see singling this horse here. It's got a huge GSR as well, and it's 54%.
Yeah.
So if you don't think the 4 is going to go gate to wire, maybe the 6 is the play here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, even though the 1 and the 1 and 3, 1 being 20%, the 1's taking a lot of money, so that does interest me. I love seeing that a horse like that's able to the public see something as well. So it is early money though. We still got 40 minutes, but all right, let's go ahead, Oldy.
I want to add the 1's a maiden, so that may be your maiden Scotty Longshot or E Longshot play too, as an angle.
That's interesting. I didn't actually catch that when I first looked at this, but yeah, that horse is a maiden. So 0 for 6. And I mean, for whatever reason, Velasquez continually keeps riding here. They do get these maiden specials are showing up a lot tougher than this starter optional claim. So that was obviously their rationale.
Yeah, no, that it makes sense from that point. I just don't like the 3 to 1 price.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's Oldy, you are 1, 2, 3, 5, no 4, the EquinEdge long shot in this race. I thought this race was completely wide open. I did not trust the 2, even though it was dropping in top win percent. 40,000 claimer. These are all winners. Anything you liked best here?
So this was a tough race. The 2 and the 3 could just be the class here at 39%, E first choice, and at 21% E second choice on the 3. And I think the 3 might have the right run style. For me, the 2 seems like a horse that's going to stop, because that's what it's been doing. It is getting significant class relief, though. Going from 50K to 40K, was running against 68s 2 back, and really since that 20K starter or allowance optional claiming there, it's been running against better horses than this group.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to figure out where does this horse fit, and it obviously fits here, right? I mean, it was in much tougher here, so you go back here and it nearly won a 54. It won a 54 and won a 56. So it definitely fits here, right, for Impossible Task.
And there is a scenario where this whole segment chalks out too.
Yeah. Yeah, it could. I don't disagree with you. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So the two here is your top pace as well, tied for top SOR. If it gets an easy lead, it's probably gone, unless it just can't handle the distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. So leg 3, maiden special, right? 3 first-time starters. The one, Ashley Sandcastle, is the first-time starter, EquinEdge long shot. I actually, it'll be interesting. I actually thought maybe about singling this horse just because I didn't necessarily love this field, but I ended up only using 2 horses here and then singling in the next. But I thought that the 5 or the 1 potentially could be singles. The 5 may be really tough here, right? It's going to be a massive favorite.
Well, I have negative notes on the 5. I have no factor as my last note on the 5. And, I'm just not sure, because if you look at the first race, it didn't break well and then it was closed well. Second time out, it broke well and did not seem to like running that close to the lead. So I don't know that they figured out how this horse actually wants to run. To me, I'm using it, but I think that the 5 can be beaten by the 6. I think the 5 could be beaten by the 1. And that there was some really positive works on the 1. I did not like the works on the 2, but I was spreading here and it's 14%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get JJ, right? First time starter. I'm not surprised to see that you spread here, though. I didn't, the 5 looks like the goods like on the system, but I just, you have 3 first time starters here, which, on a state bred, it's a state bred maiden special. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody, show up here. And this horse has been racing in state bred these last 2 races and hasn't pulled it off. So I think it's still a question. I mean, it does have the experience and maybe today gets the win, but in the 6, you have top GSR and 21%, another horse you're using.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like that option. And then I believe there was a really strong work on the 1 because they're both D'Amato horses as well.
Yeah, you have Gonzalez riding here and then Tiago's riding the 1.
Yep. So I just thought it was worth taking a chance against a horse that I had negative notes on.
All right, let's go to leg 4. You are 4, 5, 6 here. I thought there were some interesting horses here, and I actually think this is a bit of a tough race, but I was just singling, I'm singling the 4 here. It's the top GSR. This is there's a 1 for 31 horse. This horse is the top SOR. It's, it's going to be, likely alone on the lead. I just don't know how much the 3 or some of these others are going to show any speed. So I singled the 4 here just from a pace perspective, Oldy.
Yeah, and I could see that. Definitely. I mean, the horse has been stopping, but against better.
Yeah. Yep.
I used the 6, who's 1 for 9, but has been racing against better and has been close. Just could be a money burner. And then the 5, I know he's 1 for 17, but he does draw Dettori. And, I thought this was and it was 9%. I thought, well, it's drawing Dettori, it's 9%. This might be, and it's the second choice. This might be a spot to take a shot on.
Well, the thing I noticed, Oldy, about the 5, which I caught somewhat the same thing you did, but I saw Dettori, but this horse has been running its best at 6 furlongs, and you only see 1 race here on Handy View. It's second off of length, or I guess third off a lengthy layoff, but it did run here in a 54 and got third with Pratt sitting off the pace. So I mean, it's going to try to stalk. I'm guessing it was off slow there. But if you look, this horse has run its best at 6 furlongs. We don't see most of those races because they haven't been recently.
Right.
But, you know, and it's been completely on the turf. But if you look at that and you assume, well, just throw all these 2-turn races out, and the GSR says it's better to just be sprinting. I could see this horse win. I could.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And then I didn't use the long shot, but I probably should have here. Because,
Yeah,
and I may add it to my ticket, because, you know, you look at the back class on this horse, and, you know, there's some monster works there as well. I think this horse is going to show speed.
128 to add it to your ticket. I added it for you.
Yeah, I'm going to add that.
Yeah, I thought this horse is working well. It is EquinEdge long shot for Tiago. Steve Knapp. I mean, this horse could improve. You know, my play here, that is my ticket. Trying to beat some chalk in the first 2 legs, and then just went too deep in leg 3. I did think the 4 horse potentially in the 4th leg. This horse could get loose. The morning line doesn't like it at all, but I'm hoping this horse doesn't take much money then, but we'll see.
No, I'm hoping for your sake too that it doesn't take much money, and for mine too, since I'm using it. And you know, my singles in the next leg.
Yeah, so you singled the 4 in the last race. I like this horse, Oldy, Indulge. I thought Street Art was really interesting too. You know, and I might change my ticket. I'm kind of thinking about it. There's a few horses I like in this race, even though the system shows this is wide open. You know, it's a bunch of one-time winners. I thought the 4 and 7 were going to be the toughest here. I didn't necessarily love the 3 or the 6. I thought the 6 needed the lead. Is not going to happen. There's just no way. But, you know, the 1 could be maybe dangerous, but I think the pace is going to be hot. I would not be surprised to see the 4 or 7 sit a good trip. Yeah,
and, you know, the 4, you know, I pointed out this in the workout report to you, but the 4 was working and outworking Forbidden Kingdom. The 3rd place horse, I believe, in last year's Santa Anita Derby, really fast sprinter, as well as I think really wants to go a mile. That's been my argument about that horse for a while, that it needs 2 turns to carry its speed. But the 4's been outworking that horse. There's no horse in this race that I think would beat Forbidden Kingdom at 6 furlongs. So the fact that the 4 is outworking Forbidden Kingdom makes me think, and made me feel, that the 4 was a single here. It's also 15% in the second choice. So the system recognized something on it too.
Yeah, what am I? I have 1 note. I just said its first race was a weak race. That was a long time ago. That was near almost 2 years ago. I guess 1.5 years ago at Indiana. So nothing really useful there. I mean, this horse is lightly raced. Pratt for Mandela, I think, has a shot. I don't disagree with you, Oldy. So good luck there. I changed mine a little bit. I cut a couple horses in the last, and then I added the 6 here in race 3 and went 1-5-6. Kept my single the same, but that's mine. Oldy, that one is yours. We have 8 minutes, it looks like, till Gulfstream. Yep, they're in the walking ring. Anything else, Oldy, to add on the early pick 5 at Santa Anita?
I don't think so, no. I mean,
okay,
we could possibly move on to Golden Gate here if you want to start covering that.
Let's look at let's talk about this race at Gulfstream, just because I think this is an interesting race. So you ended up, where's your ticket? Hold on, let me pull you. We'll work from yours, because so you ended up, you spread here 1, 2, 3, 7, 10. You know, Irad is riding the 10 horse, and I think, you know, the 5 scratch obviously helps, because the further you're out going 1 turn like this, the more difficult it is on the dirt at Gulfstream, because the inside speed is so dangerous. But you know, my main play here, Oldy, is I did not like the 8, 9, or 10 at all. I didn't like any of them. You know, but some of these may be able to find some room if the 1 and 3 duel. So what was your thought process here for this race from a vertical perspective?
So, I didn't, I thought the 1 and 3 were both cheap. I thought they both looked like they were going to stop. The 1's been stopping against similar. They've been moving it all over the place. Now they're trying to go to a mile. It seems like they're searching for something with this horse. The 3 is definitely cheap speed. Again, one of them could stumble out of the gate and the other one's gone too. Possibly. The 3 might be cheap enough that it doesn't matter, but that if they both go, that was my feeling. Then the 7 is top SOR there, and I think is really sneaky to possibly have pace to close into here. And last time it ran against a 50 SOR was on synthetic, but last time it ran against this level of horses, it won, sitting off the duel. I didn't like the 9 because I thought the 9 needs the lead.
I can see that.
Yeah. But I think the 9 could be sent pretty hard here too. Also, Walder's numbers off the claim are not great either here. I believe it's off the claim.
No,
there was something that with Walder here that, it was synthetic to dirt. He's 0% on that switch. And then the 2 draws Paco. Again, could sit a trap here behind the speed. This was my last off horse. If I wasn't going to let Paco beat me here, I believe this is the one off a claim, if I remember correctly. And then the 10, I warned people about that post, but it moves in. They're putting blinkers on because they know it needs to be more focused and closer. It is IRAD. It might be the right day to have added IRAD here, but usually from a post out that wide, you have to be much the best.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to go into this race with just 137.
Yeah, my so I singled here. I didn't necessarily love this sequence, but landed on the EquinEdge long shot for me. The 1 definitely fits here it is stopping. I got an easy lead here and stop versus 48, and it has burned money these last 2 times. Sovereign to speed though, this horse is definitely a lot cheaper. My hope is that the 1 gets the lead and breaks well, going 8 furlongs. It could be tough on the rail, although this horse has been racing on the rail and is breaking well. So I'd like to see that. The 3 could be the complete disruptor of the 1 though. That would be the end of all with Jaramillo riding, and he's likely to send. I just don't know if this horse is going to be able to. Here was versus 42 and here was versus 42. So when you go back here and you start looking at a 48, maybe going 5.5 on the synthetic, you don't really see much other dirt form. Just that this horse, I don't know how much pressure it's actually gonna be able to place on the 1. If the 1 can break and get a lead, it could be really dangerous was my perspective. So.
No, I agree. And for me, the question is, go back and look at the 1 for a second. It broke in and now it's on the rail. And last time it ran on the rail, it didn't run well. Time before it ran okay, and it's going a mile here. It's going to have a perfect start.
Yeah, no, of course. Anytime.
And Rosario hasn't. We've had bad Rosario lately.
See, I don't know that. He rides well for Handel, so that was my kind of perspective. You talked about the 10. I mean, that's a tough post out there. Anything on the 7-8 post and out is tough going 8 furlongs. I don't as much worry about the 8 furlongs just because this horse has shown a lot of speed going 6. So I would expect that Rosario obviously ascending. To your point, though, the 9 could show speed. The 3 could show speed. It could line up for the 2, to be honest. For Paco, this horse is taking a bunch of money, and this horse could try to sit the trip off the speed in Charming Charlie.
Yeah, no, definitely. And looking at this, you know, I was torn on this race. I'm still torn on this race. You know, I don't like the outside posts, but I didn't think any of these horses were great either. And you, at least with the 10, you have to recognize that it's top win percentage and top EE pick.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
If you're not going to single somebody like the 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you almost have to use it. And again, that's Irad. I mean, anybody, you know, if anybody's going to win from out here, it's going to be him. So, but this, I mean, my overall, like, this is a bottom level claimer, right? It's a bunch of winners though. I mean, they've all won 2 times. But you're not going to get any lower at Gulfstream. So, it will be interesting. It's going to be a good race. Oldie, I'm going to flip it back to the video and I'm going to turn on the sound because I'm running the restroom real quick. If you want to comment for a second.
2 is taking a bunch of money. The 7's really dead on the board. I think the 7 could really run well here and get the pace set up. You know, the 4 and the 6 I thought were tosses. I didn't think much of the 8. Again, I thought the 9 needs the lead here. But, you know, you look at these prices, the 1, 3, and 9 are all at 7 to 1. And those are the horses that I think can't rate. So one of them gets away, you know, they could be gone. And that would be, as long as it's not the 9, I'd be pretty happy with that. Based on the way my ticket's structured as well. And, you know, Irad winning 6 in a row would be pretty insane. Especially in this jockey colony. So what do we think? 6 in a row? Anyone? McFly? And they're approaching the gate. The 2 now bet down to 4 to 1 from a 8 to 1 morning line. So that seems to be the mover of the day there. And does seem like with only a 43 pace number could sit the trip if the 7 isn't any good.
Approaching the starting gate, last chance to wager on race 7 and the late pick 3.
Our speed horses here, Justin, are 7 to 1, 8 to 1, and possibly 7 to 1 on the 9.
The horses are at the gate.
Yeah.
It's now post time.
I think
Jockey Irad
9 is
Jr.
going
going
to be tough.
for 6 in a row here.
I like
Public
the
all
inside
over.
here.
He's even money on 10
I
rhymes like
originally
dimes for Safi Joseph Jr.
was just 1, 2, 3 here, Oldie. If I was
Yeah.
going to spread, like I was just taking the inside horses, and I ended up not liking the 3. But you know, to me, I think either one of this 1 or 2 could have a legit shot.
Well, I thought this could set with the
first to the
SOR. I
second.
thought this could set up for the 7.
Whoever, if somebody can rate off the speed, they're going to have a huge shot. And that, you know, could be the 10, even from that outside post. So we'll see here in a
Waiting
minute.
for Royal Kitten.
Or the
and
10 could be caught
Rhymes
5 or 6
like
wide in the
dimes.
first turn, or have to take back too far.
Oh,
Oh.
I like
They're at
seeing
the post.
that.
You like seeing the 3 trying to break before the gate opens?
And they're off.
One did break in a little
In
bit.
the center, Leanne's Warrior, one of the first to break the line. On the outside, Rhymes Like Dimes won't be far away. Put into play early. Here's Lord Jackson moving up as they run out of the chute. At the rail, it's still speed from Ensign Parker. From between, Sovereign of Speed, and out 3 wide, Leanne's Warrior. From fourth, that's the favorite. Rhymes Like Dimes out in the clear. In between Horses and Royal Kitten down at the inside goes Charming Charlie.
Working with the
Gap of another 2 to AstroTurf, then Lord Jackson, and Sarawat is last. Jockey Joel Rosario sends Ensign Parker on with the task. He's less than 5 furlongs from home, and he's winging out here on a 4-length lead. Leanne's Warrior is there second from the inside. It's Charming Charlie now third. Back to fourth with Sovereign of Speed, then Rhymes Like Dimes, as Ensign Parker has gone further in front. Sarawat and AstroTurf are next. Out the back, Lord Jackson, and now the trailer is Royal Kitten right now, as they went 45-1 for the opening half mile. Ensign Parker trying to win it right now. He has a 7 lengths head start over Rhymes Like Dimes, but Rhymes Like Dimes taking up the slack. What was a 7-length lead is now 3, now 2, now a length and a half. Here comes Rhymes Like Dimes on a roll right around Ensign Parker, who's all in. From the outside, it's AstroTurf, and they're at the top of the stretch. Rhymes Like Dimes set sail for the money. He has 3/16 more to find, but he's 5 on top. AstroTurf is next, splitting horses, Sovereign of Speed up the inside, and Charming Charlie. Final 16th of a mile. It's Irad's world, and we're just living in it. It's Rhymes Like Dimes, giving Ortiz Jr. 6 in a row. Second is AstroTurf. Third.
Well,
6 in a row.
That's a very chalky start to the late pick 5.
But Irad can definitely thank that one for just running everybody else off their feet too.
Yeah, I mean, nobody else really looked like they had a shot there after that happened. The 10 just that perfect trip didn't really matter at that point once Rosario went that fast. So, all right, we got 18 minutes till Santa Anita, 3 minutes till Fairgrounds. Anybody wants to see Oldy anything before we can come back to Santa Anita in a few minutes? Yeah. There's your ticket, though. You are single to that 4 horse in the last. Anything else you want to add here for anybody that wants to play that?
You know, obviously the single in the last is risky. It's risky that the rest of the tickets could be pretty chalky, but I like the chances that we could beat a couple favorites there.
All right, good luck there. My ticket is right here. I'm single to the 4 in leg 4. This horse may be kind of lone speed on the turf with the rail. We'll have to see. Mendham Mill is a morning line favorite. Well, I guess second favorite. A 6 actually. Big Beauty at 53% with Flavian Pratt. Top GSR here, not in that EquinEdge picks, only 10%, but good pace advantage. So let's Oldy, we have 15 minutes. You want to look at Fairgrounds? I guess Laurel is probably, I don't know what's going on here with Laurel.
Yeah, let me look at the times on Laurel because those were messed up before. Laurel just went off. We just missed it.
Okay. So we can, hold on, I got to get our.
We could go to Fairgrounds. There's a Scotty spot play there.
We can.
And all right, so I got one for everybody. The 6 at Fairgrounds is 13-1 and 14%. First time starter.
14%, 13-1. Wow. GSR is 64. That's a nice one. Facing a bunch of non-winners that have been racing a bunch. That's always a good little play. I mean, you get 14%. Both these horses, obviously the favorite, but you know, it's not taking a lot of money. It would have been nice, Oldy, to see that as the EquinEdge long shot.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, you look at this EquinEdge long shot, and you know, it lost last time out against easier by 20 lengths, and you know, has never been closer than 14 and 3/4 lengths. So I think we might, and it's 39 GSR. I think we might be able to work around that.
I will. Let me pull up the sound. Looks like they're approaching the gate. Their pick six pool does not get very large, Oldy. It says it's only $1,500.
Yeah, no, and that their carryovers are like $2,000. They really need to go back to a 20-cent pick six, or 50-cent pick six, with no jackpot, or with a jackpot that has a 2-week mandatory payout, something like that. Because you're not making any money with a $1,600 pick six pool, and why would we bet that as horse players?
Yeah, exactly.
The difficulty of hitting a $1 pick six, and the potential payout of the pool scoop being $1,600, that's not worth our time.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's I mean, not to put in money for like that. I mean, I guess unless you singled in every race or something, right?
Yeah, play a $1 ticket. Which, if you played IRAD every race today. All right, they're loading.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the sound up.
Stealing a priority and Sicko on our first 2 winners. Now to Sean Parker with Premium. Premium is joined Fast and Furious for voting on. This is Sean. Jammer. Traylon Albert playing for £5 apprentice flowers. Here's Jammer. Now Mitchell Morrow with Let's Go Random instead of Jack Hilton. And 5 1 4. Kobe Hernandez on the PNB debut. My favorite. And the double to an even start. There's Little Shot. Quickly going out for the lead. Joined Fast and Furious. Running from the rail. They're joined by the newcomer, Uncle B, who's also looking to mix it up, and it's Fast and Furious. So Fast and Furious, the favorite from the for Jared Fluttery. Fast and Furious, the fleetest of the field. It's by 3 from Mongolian B. Premium now gains with the rail at the 3.5. Let's go them fourth on the outside.
One might just be too good.
Real sharp, but Little Shunk in his 21st run, last buck one, and Remember Jimmer trailed the maiden sprint. The quarter 22.47 seconds, midpoint down the turn. Fast and Furious is a 2 to 3 length leader. But Let's Go Random is vying for second with Mongolian B. Fast and Furious spins them in past the quarter pole. Then Premium toward the rail. Remember Jimmer looks.
Come on, 6.
Little Shunk is being outrun. The half mile, 46.
Trying, man.
Down to the final furlong. Fast and Furious comes.
One stop.
Get there.
Is holding on.
Oh, he's plugging in.
The back end. Come on, you got to stay. Got to regain the momentum and stay ahead of the form.
Fast and Furious.
You're gonna get there. Ah!
Mongolia B. Mongolia B.
Oh, good call, man.
In a photo with Remmer Jemmer, who joined late.
Love those. So those are like free.
Yeah, nicely done.
The system's just giving you something for free there. And really, all I did was pull up the race and look at the percentages, take a quick look at the works that just on the system. I didn't look at any workout report and just said, yeah, these horses stink and this horse could win.
Well done, man. 11-1. Good call. That's a boom. Well done. I think I put $10 on it. I did. That's good.
I played 5. I played 5 win place show. So.
Oh, I just put 10 to win. A lot of times I'll bet like 20, 25 on those. It's a good call, man. I mean, you end up with a race like that, right? Horses haven't won in 3 to 4 races, toss the 0 for 20. The 7 or the 4 obviously ran a great race there, but those are the great spots to find a first time starter. So
yeah. I call that the Kenny play. He's the king of a race where the horses have run a bunch of times and nobody's won, taking the first time starter. So Art from our chat, he finally got his YouTube working. This is his first time joining the show, so let's welcome Art.
This is the first time he's ever made it?
I think so, or at least logged in where he could chat. Is that correct, Art? This is when you type in the chat and you answer the question. Tell me to shut up at any point here.
That was a good boom, Leslie.
Yeah.
Oldy, well done. That was a good call. What do we got here? We gotta get back to. Well, we still have we have 9 minutes till Santa Anita, so we have a little bit of time. So
yeah, we got
Art, you gotta at least chime in, buddy. It was a good call. You had a YouTube training session, Chris. Chris, were you training Art on how to use YouTube?
He was, yes. I saw that in the chat that he was going to do that.
Oh man, I love it. That's funny.
Chris's dedication to the show for sure.
Oldy, if you had to play a vertical here, I thought the 6 was tough. Who do you pair I thought the 4 could be really tough here. The 4 is not taking a ton of money, but all that speed for Zookeeper, I think is going to be dangerous here.
Yeah, either the 4 or the 3. I mean, maybe you play a 4 over 136 exacta, or 4 over 136 overall try.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you play both if you think the 4 is going to win.
I thought the 4 could win here. I mean, you're going to have the 6. Is going to have to. Is Pratt on the 6? Yeah. This is the horse. Yeah. It's top GSR, Oldie. I mean, the 6 finds a soft spot here, I would say. I mean, this horse has won the last 2 races in 50s, both at Del Mar. Comes here. This is a pretty weak starter optional claim, which you talked about the ones, Zia Joe. I mean, this horse hasn't even broken the maiden yet and finds, to be honest, finds an easier spot here, it looks like.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think that horse could run really well. The system for some reason likes maidens in non-maiden races. I've noticed that they're typically big percentages. And so there has to be a thought behind that. And a 4136 all try is $6 from a vertical standpoint.
I like it. We can, Leslie.
Do we want to go to Golden Gate real fast? I know we're getting up.
You reminded me, Oldie. So we can, because we still have 6 minutes until I almost forgot, man. All right. Did you send me? Did you send me your ticket?
I did not, because the scratches came in so late.
Let's handicap this together and we'll just put a ticket together.
Yeah, I have something done, but it's going to be a matter of whether you like my single or not.
All right, where are you singling?
I'm singling the 5 in race 3. I struggled with where to single.
I like the 7 best there. I did not like the 3 at all. I thought the 1, 4, and 5 had a shot. Tony Two Pocket, was that my single? I thought the 5 was interesting in leg 2, race 2. I don't know if I'd single there or.
Yeah, I didn't use the 5 at all.
I
thought the the 1 and the 5 could possibly hook up if that happened.
In
In
race
race
2?
2,
Yeah. No, I could see that. I would either, there's a bunch of scratches in the last. So 6 and 7 scratch. I mean, the problem in the last, I thought the 4, the first time starter, was really interesting. I also thought the 8 was a little bit interesting there.
Yeah.
The 4 is second EquinEdge pick and is 32%, facing the 3, who I didn't like. I would probably, Oldy, I only really liked with the scratch of the 6. I really only liked the 4 or the 8 in the last race, to be honest. I would
I like the 3 and the 4.
Yeah, see, the 3, my concern is this horse stopped in a 42 with a 2-length lead. So, why? We just saw what Joel Rosario did.
Yeah.
Why would this horse not stop again was my concern versus somebody like the 4. This horse was working well, 27%. Like, this is just not a great field, but go ahead.
No, I agree. It's not a great field. I thought a lot about singling the 3 in the last. It is 1-2 on the, 4-5 on the morning line. There it did stop, but it's going to get an easy lead. This is a weak field. The 4 is really interesting as a first-time starter. Is working well. Is 32%. Fits the model we just talked about too, in terms of first-time starters against horses that have run a bunch of times and not really done well.
Here, I know what we're going to do. We're going to play the 3 and the 4 in the last leg, and we're going to play the 5 and the 7 in leg 3, because I would have singled either the 4 or 7 here, and you would have singled the 3 or 5. So it makes it kind of simple. We're going to have a 2x2 ticket.
Okay. We've hit some Golden Gate tickets that way.
So
do we want to give away part of this ticket? It can be on mine if you want here.
Yeah, we can. So we got to figure out the first leg though, or
I was 1, 2, 4, 5 in the first leg.
Yes,
I was 1 through 4.
I agree with that. So 1, 2, 4, 5. And what about in the third leg?
Third leg, I think we were 5, 7, right?
Oh, sorry. Second leg.
I was 1 through 4 in the third leg. Or second leg, see, now you made me do it.
So let's go to the fourth leg. What about the fourth?
Hold on. I have 1, 3 through 6. I was 160 here, even if I go 2x2.
I think we have to have the 5, the EquinEdge long shot in the second leg. So I think what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to go all there if you're 1 through 4. And
I didn't like that horse at all.
Yeah, but you can't go all but 1 and leave out the long shot. That's just not a good decision.
Then I got to cut back somewhere else.
Well, let's look in the third leg or the fourth leg. So
I was using the cheap speed of the 4 because it's so extreme, the difference in speed there.
Okay.
That you could get a bomb at 20-1 morning line there.
Okay. And what about did you have the 1, 3, 5, and 6?
I did have the 1, 3, 5, and 6, but the 3, who's 1 for 17, would be the one that I could be.
That's EquinEdge long shot too. Not that we can't cut it there. So I guess it becomes, do we cut it? If we cut it here, we go all but EquinEdge long shot. Here we would be all but the 2's not going to run. I guess 2's 9%, but.
Well, the 1 and the 3 and the 6 were all in the same race last time. The 1, who's the second pick, ran behind the E long shot 3.
All right.
But the E long shot's only beaten 38s.
I just text Scotty Oldy because we lost the stream. So we lost the live race stream. So let me see if he responded to me. Well, he's checking. I don't know what happened, but so we'll listen to the first at Santa Anita because I can't show it at the moment.
Yeah, it's weird. Did we lose all the races or just Santa Anita?
No, we lost them all. All right. Hold on. They're in the gate. I'll pull up the sound.
And just waiting on the favorite Polyak. They're in the gate. And they're up. Facto is vying for the early lead. Zookeeper is up close too, and Lampy is head on the outside of them. Zio Joe is on the fence, Colomio between horses, and Polyak is at the back of the field. The field moves into that first.
Five's putting big pressure on that 4-horse.
A length and a half post
Yeah.
with the rail in hand third. Then it's Colomio fourth, 3 off the pace, followed by Zio Joe, and Polyak is at the back. Onto the back stretch, and Zook and Umberto Rispoli under a tight hold with Lampy.
We did. Oldy and I both played the 1, 3, 4, 6.
Third along the inside, tracking the top pair. Then it's Colomio in fourth. None of these rivals in any hurry whatsoever. Zio Joe and Polyak no each past the half-mile pole. It's still Zookeeper in front.
48 still pretty slow
Post facto, a length
for a mile.
the pace third.
Mm-hmm. 4 pulling away. 5 done. Bill, you like the 2. I mean, 2's having a great trip, man.
Racing in fifth, about 4 lengths off the lead. Underway now, and Zio Joe is down at the rail.
The 3 is like just struggling. Here goes Pratt on the 6.
With a clear shot, confidently
Come on,
handled,
3.
and coming swiftly as
Get up.
Joe
Get up.
taking the lead inside the 8th pole. It's post facto.
Come on, Pratt.
Polyak
Somebody get up. Rescue us here.
between them. Post facto or Polyak. Post facto digging in. Polyak and in between Colomio.
And we're out.
Facto would not be
Bill, why
Polyak.
the 2? I didn't see your note until I just like jumped back. Bill, I'd be curious on what about the 2? I said that horse was cheap, speed was dropping in GSR. I mean, 3%. I mean, the odds, like the horse took no money. Not that that's a good or bad thing because obviously, but I'm curious, Bill, on how you got to the 2 because I obviously missed something. Juan, yeah, I mean, I guess, right?
Right? Yeah.
21% for Sadler. I mean,
4 to 1 on the morning line. It's just an overlay.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, that's I mean, this horse had been, I mean, it won last out, I guess. So I guess there's another angle. I mean, the light bulb clicked. It was getting back to turf, which it won on the dirt. That's what I didn't like. But at a price, that's an amazing hit, I would say. So Bill, well done calling that. We still have no feed. So let's go to
Gulfstream, and then I'm going to put in a Golden Gate ticket while we do that.
Oh, here, let's finish. We got to finish this Golden Gate, Oldie, because we have 2 minutes till Gulfstream, but we have 11 till, well, we can Golden Gate's in 11. Let's finish this Golden Gate ticket though. So
I did what you asked. I did all in the race 2, and I cut the 1 in race 4.
So 3, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I like
3,
it.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 1.
So if the 4 steals the race on the front end, it has like a 30-something point pace advantage.
160, I think. Let me see there. So 1, 2, 4, 5 to all to 5, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6 to 3, 4.
1, 2, 4, 5, all 5, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4.
Yeah, I like it. That's a good one.
All right. So let's draw some people here.
We'll do draw after Gulfstream.
Okay.
Well, we might have time. I can't show it at the moment. Not back.
Right next to him, Fletcher Barn that galloped out huge in that last effort. It was a little bit of a layoff coming into that race, and asking him to go a mile and a half. This horse is just a more fit and meaner, badder version than we saw last time. I really do love this guy.
Were you going to place a separate copy of the ticket, or do you want me to save you
more
some shares?
aggressive in the race this time, especially with the way that he closed last
You
round.
can just save me a little bit if you would. Either I can Venmo you, or I can buy them separately if you send me the link.
Yeah, I'll send you the link right now. Just watch the WhatsApp, and I'll send it to you right now.
Okay.
Are very dangerous when they do team up together, and ran second to 6 minus, defeating him just very narrowly though. But
Be there now.
this is a horse that we've seen him do kind of his running already. I think that the number 9 6 minus has a little more upside than him, but it wouldn't surprise me if the 8 were to win. But you're getting a little bit better price on the 9 now, but not a lot separating the 2. The number 7 though, Hoku, is a horse that we have a lot of questions about. We've never seen this horse here at Gulfstream Park. He did break his maiden at Tampa going the mile distance.
Let me know when you have it so I can give it to the rest of the group.
You're good. I got him. Thanks, Oldy. All right, 3 people.
You sure it's not showing me that you have?
Now, this is a horse that I think
it didn't. Hold on.
better. This is he's now gelded since that last race.
Oh,
as
now
well.
it did.
So
You're good.
I think
Okay.
there's a lot of upside to this horse here.
All right, and then we'll draw.
Here at 8 to 1, it is a price that I'm willing to take with traveling this mile and a half distance. Let's see if Irad Ortiz can get 7 in a row with the number 9.
7 in a row.
That's what he's going for. Yep.
Mr. Irad. He's Mr. Gulfstream today.
I wonder what the record is at Gulfstream.
I mean, I gotta
consecutive races.
imagine in a row, that's gotta be right there. I like the 4-8 here, Oldie. I thought the 4 and 8 were gonna be really tough. The 8's the favorite. I think the 4 is gonna run a great race.
Well, Irad's on the 9, so neither of us.
Yeah.
I didn't use the 9 here. I have the 4 and the 8. 4, 5, 6, 8. And the 6 is 70 to 1.
Yeah, there you were 2, 4, 8, 9, right?
No, in the am I looking at the right? No, I was looking at the wrong track. Hold on. You're right. I was looking at San Anita. I'm 2, 4, 8, 9. Yeah. I thought the 2 was really sneaky as possibly going gate to wire here.
Well, good luck. I hope you get through. I hope for you the 4 for you.
Definitely.
Pride of distinction, Joel Rosario.
At least Irad's not on the favorite this time.
White colors of Bruno Chickendance as surrogate. There's Sonny Leon at a big price here, getting ready to take his spot in line. The double starts here with 2 to go in. Perfect time to remind you that tomorrow is Holy Bull Saturday with 5 graded stakes races on tap. 12 races in total and 11:50 first race post time. Join us on our next stop on the First Racing Choa Tour for Holy Bull Saturday here tomorrow. So they're working with surrogate. He's ready now. That leaves Pride of Distinction to take the outside gate.
Long race too, 1.5 miles.
Yeah, 12 furlong. We're working on getting it back up, everybody.
2-1 the break.
On the outside and Inflation adjusted, looking for some forward position. Hoku has
But
speed.
the 7 is going to get the lead.
The far turn the first time. So high away second from inflation adjusted, now third.
The 2 now he's trying to pull back. It's not probably going to be good.
I thought that horse needed the lead.
Gap of 2 to surrogate third last. Second last is Pride of Distinction, and the trailer is Shatazar. They swing into the stretch for the first time after completing an opening quarter.
A lot of those horses want to go.
Yeah.
Putting up the numbers. He leads by a length.
Of course, Irad is just kind of sitting nicely on the 9 horse.
Outside of him and 6 minus. And it's Modern Science at his inside surrogate.
Does seem like somebody should have put some money on. Somebody needed to put a couple dollars on the 6 there at 99 to 1. Because he's running pretty well.
The plot here, Jockey Leonel
Or she.
the speed of Hoku, the son of Morning Line, on top of length and a half. Inflation adjusted in Gaffleon, right where he wants him at this stage. Second on the hip of the leader. From third, that's 6 minus. He's improving in traffic. Up on the inside and so high, getting started out wide assiduously. Then Experience to Modern Science. Surrogate is at the rail. Pride of Distinction is linked toward the back throughout, and the trailer is Shatazar. 3/4, 115 and assiduously, and Luca Panici intent on turning up the pressure on the top tip as Hoku maintains a narrow lead. Inflation adjusted alongside in second. He's a bit closer now as assiduously forced him to quicken. From fourth and so hot, Stellano bides time there, a length better than 6 minus. He's racing outside of Experience. 2 back to Modern Science, then Surrogate and Pride of Distinction. Still at the back is Shatazar. Around the far turn they go. They covered a mile.
Irad, I
Horse
don't.
got horse. I just don't know if he's going to find an opening.
Inflation adjusted.
Yeah, he's catching traffic. I don't know if Irad's going to be able to win, but he definitely has some. The 4 is going to have to go wide now.
Yeah, it's Irad.
Is charging hard. Down the center. He's up to take the lead with inflation adjusted back to second. Here's racing history at Gulfstream. We've had him win 7, but never 7 in a row.
Wow.
6 minus and Irad Ortiz Jr. for 7 in a row by 4 in the end. Modern Science was
Well, there's a consecutive to answer your question, Ken, for the record was maybe it was 6 before, but consecutive is 7. So that's the record at Gulfstream. I have no idea anywhere else. I'll leave the sound up. We're still working everybody to try to get the video back. Scotty's behind the scene trying to help me. So Oldy, you get through. Not obviously the best case horse because it's been the Irad show, but a winner is a winner.
Scott, I do use Nicor. I would say my bill was relatively average. I did hear that it was going to be pretty high this year.
What is that for, Oldy?
Natural gas heating.
Well, what's Nicor specifically?
Nicor's the gas company.
Oh, I got you.
One of them in the Chicago area. There's also, I think, People's Gas is the other one.
Wow. Good for Irad, man. He is.
I'll just point out that again, just to remind everybody that the one race he lost was the single I had him on in the first leg. So the first race of the day. And I do not have him in the last race. He is on the 10.
At this rate, man, it's hard to bet against the guy, right?
Right.
All right. We got Golden Gate. Oldy, I pulled up our joint ticket. 1-2-5 here in the first leg. No 3 or 6.
We are 1-2-4-5.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are going to be sound only for the moment. And all right. The one horse Torpedo Away. The most interesting thing I found about this horse is its last 2 wins, right, have been on the rail.
Yeah.
So it's at the right spot to win. It won in a 62 and a 58. So it won on the dirt, gets to the synthetic, which the GSR says should be good, but that was up at Emerald, so much different class.
Yeah.
I would say that was an allowance optional claim though, so tough race. Now falls into a 62, which is just a claiming race, but was way off the pace, and then has been sitting closer and running well. You know, this stakes race was just too tough, Oldy, but I thought this horse had a big shot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought this race was pretty wide open. You know, I didn't think that there's a horse that should be 1-to-1 right now. The SOR says the 1 should be live. The speed on the 2 says the 2 has a chance, but there's other speed here. So, you know, if the 3 stops because he doesn't get the lead or something like that, then maybe the 2 gets away. But other than that, I mean, the 2 could stop because the 6 and the 3 go with him.
Yeah, we caught both those, but those are the other pace horses
Yeah.
that likely put some pressure on the 2. We'll just have to see how fast the 2 is. I mean,
and
that
it's
was
tough to go
10-4-9.
gate to wire on synthetic when there's multiple speed of horses.
Yeah,
Has been my experience.
Mr. Dinnerman, it looks chilly down in San Francisco. It's chilly up here in Seattle, so that doesn't surprise me.
They might want to aim the camera at the gates, though.
And the red light is now flashing on the starting.
Red light first.
Towards the gate for race number 1.
And everybody, I'll be out this weekend. My daughter has a competition. It's local, but it's 2 days. She's competing on 3 teams. So no Santa Anita mandatory for me. No Holy Bull Day stuff from me or coast to coast because I'll be at the convention center all day. Her first performance is at like 10, and her last is at 6. So
Horse Doctor about to take his spot. Horse Doctor, he's got it. Just a few more runners to load in. Lucky Lad, post position number 6, and then to post position 4. Your co-favorite Murphy's Tiger, 3-2. Now the favorite 8-5 for number 2 Honeymoon's Over. Late in the wagering, this could change, but that's where we stand, waiting for Murphy's Tiger to take his spot in the game.
it's better than Murphy's Oil Soap.
Who's that?
We're ready to go.
Well, Murphy's Tiger. Murphy's Oil Soap was like an old-timey cleaning product.
Over, he's going to go to the front here. Lucky Lad's going to press him, and those 2 spar.
Yeah, 3 did stop like I thought, but you still hit the 6 with them.
Murphy's Tiger between horses. Horse Doctor
4 going to 6. Great trip.
Down on the inside.
Yep.
3 clear of Torpedo away. The early trailer with a half mile to go. Honeymoon's Over maintains the lead. He's got a neck in front of Lucky Lad, who's hounding him from the outside. Honeymoon's Over got a little bit of a breather at the half-mile pole and now picks up the tempo once again. Honeymoon's Over, the pacemaker, by about a half length. Lucky Lad is there. Murphy's Tiger in the 3rd position. Curling Secret loses that spot in 4th under pressure. Horse Doctor retreats.
1 has a lot of horse, so we'll have to see, though. You're going to have to come up the rail again.
Lucky Lad trying, but he's 2nd. Murphy's Tiger on the outside trying to get to
Come on, 1, get up.
He's going to have to go outside. He's not going to get. Great ride.
Get up, get up. Boom. Boom.
That was great, man.
Yeah.
I talked about it. That horse. Look at this. It's pretty incredible. That horse's last 3 wins have been on the rail. 1 back here in a 62, 1 here in a 58, and then just 1 there in a 62. And he rode last out and rode well, and it was able, a lot of speed there. They went 21, I guess a little over 21 and 3. And look at that. They went below 45. They were flying. So that, great start, Oldy. So, okay. Well, we are That was my ticket at Santa Anita. We didn't listen to Bill, who said you should have the 2 horse in the first race, and
Ticket up.
that horse was 19-1. That is my. I guess what I can do is.
You got the Golden Gate ticket up.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I forgot I had to switch tabs, Oldy. Thank you. Are you, Oldy, I'm going to play mine back. You going to play yours back?
I don't know if I'm going to play mine back based on where my single is. I might make some adjustments here. Let's see how quick I can get that together.
Mine would be, so here, I liked the 137.50.
Maybe I will. I mean, it's $24 to play mine back. I could add in the last too.
Yeah, I didn't use the 3 or 6 originally. They are 10 and 12% though.
I do wonder if I could just single the 2 here.
You could, right? I mean, I get it. This horse is 39%, right? I thought
But it has been stopping.
I thought Zimba Warrior was interesting. I mean, this horse has won 8 times, but I think to your point, I mean, this horse could be just loose on the lead on the dirt and just be gone. Kimura's riding, so I thought the 3 was interesting here with DeSormo.
I like the 3 and the 1 as well.
Yeah, I thought this was a tough race. I mean, but that horse definitely is the pace of the race. So I'm just gonna play mine back. I'm not changing my single.
Were you what was your last leg? Were you 5-7 or 4-7? I mean,
I was, but so I'm trying to see. So I liked the 2, 4, 7. I might just play this cheap a bunch of times though. Let me see. The 2 was Maldonado, 13%. The 1 I didn't necessarily love. I think I'm just gonna play this cheap oldie a bunch of times and see So maybe I'll add the 2. I think I'm just gonna play mine for $20. That would be mine. All in the first, and then 1, 2, 5, 6 there, no 3, 4, single to the 4 still, and then just 4, 7 in the last. I think these 2 horses, but the 4 and 7, yeah, Pratt on the 4 and Mike Smith on the 7. I think these horses could be tough in this optional claim race.
Mm-hmm.
Nice conditions. They've all only won once. Starter optional. I don't trust the 1 here on the lead. It dueled back here in the 5th race. It dueled, and I would expect that it probably is going to have some pressure today on the rail. It breaks well, so that's good. But I didn't love this in a 46. Seeing this horse just stop, it did run a lot better here, so it was lightly raced. But I do worry a little bit for American Cat being on the rail.
All right, so what I ended up doing was I went 1 through 3, 5, 1, 2, 5, 6.
Hold on. How much?
$48.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5. No 4.
No 4.
Okay.
Then 1, 2, 5, 6.
Okay.
And I cut the 5 here and just played the 4 and 6 in like 3.
Okay.
And then I played 1, 4, 7 in the last.
All right. Does that look right?
It does, yes.
Okay, perfect. There's oldies. Mine right there. I'll probably play mine a couple times, just playing it for $20. Try to it actually would pay okay to get this home, just because I think there's potential to be a couple of the chalky favorites. The 4 is the second favorite on the morning line in leg 3, so we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. No, and I think there's possibly, I think the 5 could be possibly beaten. I think the 2 here. That third leg, though, the race 4, I think that's a really weak field.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I mean, you look at this and it just does not look good at all. Which I can see why, with the 6 being 53%. Like, that's why I decided to single. Maybe you single the 6. If you think the 6 is the winner, I went with the 4 just as this horse on the lead, or like Oldy did, he just went too deep and had coverage elsewhere. So
yeah. And I keep looking at this 2 here and keep thinking it's going to stop in this race.
In the first leg? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it has a huge pace advantage, but it's, it's been since March of almost a full year since it was able to go close to gate to wire.
I mean, it doesn't look like the same horse. I mean, when it was racing in the 54s, well, I guess it was just racing, but way tougher. So not to say it's not the same horse. It's just been facing a lot tougher. So finds the right spot here to be on the lead, I guess I would say.
But isn't Pratt, Pratt's not running in this race, and isn't Pratt usually first call for Sadler?
I don't know. I don't, to be honest. Like, he may be.
I mean, I don't think it's Kimura, so.
Yeah, no, but probably not, right? I mean, maybe new, but.
Yeah. I mean, they have had 17 races together. The 4 who I didn't use, it does have the apprentice weight break, and the 3 and the 1 are carrying 2 less pounds. And Hess and DeSormo are 33% and 1 out of 3. If I'm looking for ways that I can beat I'm looking for grasping at straws here, but the 3 does have a win over 62s.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, this is from an SOR perspective, the 2, 3, 4 all fit. Obviously, the 1 and 5 are jumping up in class, but are still winners. The 1's lightly raced too. I mean, it's only raced 8 times. So we got about 2 minutes to post. So it looks like the pick 4 is up to about 100,000. I'm going to see if we have our video back. Not yet. So we'll be just audio again for the moment, but they're approaching the gate here shortly. Bill, you think the 2's, gonna be tough? I do agree with you. Like, I could see it. I think Oldy talked about that. The 2 could be the single here.
It's as Harry Carey would say, though, if that happens, deuces are wild.
Yeah.
That's what he would say on a 2-2 count with 2 outs, 2 on in the second inning. So we're in the second race. We've already had a 2. We get another 2 here. Deuces are wild.
Baseball's coming. Oldy, who do you like in the Super Bowl?
It's really tough. I think I don't like the Eagles, but I think the Eagles are going to win.
I'm not a Patrick Mahomes fan or a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so I'm not really a Philadelphia fan either, but I guess I have to root for Philadelphia just because I'm just not really a Mahomes fan. So
keep in mind, I went to college in Lawrence, Kansas, so I've been around a lot of Chiefs fans and spent a lot of time in Kansas City over the years.
Chris, 12 wins in a row by a jockey. Who? That's wild. Now, it can't be all in this. I guess could be the same card. That would be insane. Race 2, Santa Anita.
And they're off.
4 outbroke the 2.
Goes right out for the front.
And the 5's going too.
Pass at the rail.
2's being taken back.
So now moves up to take second, and the favorite, Impossible Task.
So the 4 is going to win.
Top pair in third. Zimba Warrior is next, and Salto de Tigre at the back with 7 furlongs to run. And it's Club Aspen showing the way.
Because I didn't use it.
The length to Settecento in second.
Apprentice.
They're followed by Impossible Task, who's pretty keen at the rail.
Pretty slow pace too.
That is very slow.
Actually, it's Anita.
Just outside.
I would file this under concerning right now.
Tigre. Smiling Tiger, but Salto de Tigre.
2 does not look comfortable behind the 4 there.
5 furlongs out, leading quarters.
No, look at he's just got a hold, man.
Impossible Task at the rail in third.
Yeah, I think the horse wants to go though. He's choking that horse back.
And then Salto de Tigre in between those two has
And
about
meanwhile, the 4 is stretching out the lead.
less than a half mile to go, and it's Club
Like it's the
Aspen
collar on my shirt.
every step of the way. Maintains the lead by a length to Settecento in second.
Come on, 5
Zimba Warrior
or
inching
3.
up
Somebody.
to take third.
I think the
Impossible
4
Task
might
steady
be
just
gone,
a touch
man.
while losing ground. Impossible Task
Here comes a 1.
last, and Salto
Yeah.
de Tigre is underway from the back of the field. Quarter of a mile to go, and it's Club Aspen just in front. Zimba Warrior with the yellow cap. Salto de Tigre far outside. There's an eighth of a mile to go. Settecento, 1 from the rail, and Impossible Task. Final furlong. Club Aspen still holding a very narrow lead. On the out,
But
Zimba Warrior, Salto de Tigre, Impossible Task is having a tough time. It is Zimba Warrior close to home, and Zimba Warrior wins it. Club.
That was the true definition of a rough race, man. That was like nobody wanted to win. I mean, the Apprentice basically, I felt like just choked the 4. I mean, I mean, good for your ticket though that the 4 didn't win because it's the only horse you didn't have. So beat the 2 though, which is a good thing. And we talked about the 3 horse there. Like, I mean, that the 3 gets up to win, Oldy.
yeah, and the 4 had things all its way there. The slow pace, the 2 stuck in at the rail behind it. The fact that it wasn't good enough just shows it was cheap.
So Sir Gordon Richards,
Sir Gordon Richards.
but it was on 3 different days. That's interesting. Sir Gordon Richards, though, I love that. Won a race at Nottingham and then won a couple more at elsewhere. I saw you, and then that was Pat Day, Oldie.
That actually made the news here in 1989. I 100% remember watching the sports report, and I want to say it was on Channel 5 at the time.
And then
covering Pat Day going for the 8th victory, and they went live to Arlington.
I love that. So Chris Antley rode 9, but so he rode 4 in the afternoon at Aqueduct, and then he won 5 in the evening. So that's pretty incredible too. Travels from one track to another on the same day and wins 9, which is pretty wild. Chris, was that? I'm assuming those weren't in a row. Would be my read of that, but Bill, I think the problem, Bill, with that race was that I don't know if it was the ride. I mean, the problem is the 4 got the lead, which I think just the 2 was just that really hurt, and then nobody wanted to win the race, so the 2 still almost won the race. But I think the 2 not in a row. Okay, Chris, the 2 just I think when it couldn't get the lead, that was the end of it.
Yeah, and I'll say as well that the run lines on the 2, did make it look like if it didn't get the lead, it wasn't going to win. And maybe this is the case of you didn't have an aggressive enough jockey, or it just broke slow, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Magically, if the 5, well, still a money loser if the 5 wins at Gulfstream here on my
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, are you making money here or not?
I'm not. It's the all IRAD pick 5 until the last leg. It was $200, and we're gonna get paid about $150.
So he is riding the, what'd you say, the 10, which is the favorite for Jose Pinchin. I didn't necessarily like this horse, but I mean, it's dropping in SOR, so obviously had a shot. I thought the 9 would be tough here, Oldie. I did not disagree with you on the 5. So to me, this was heavily between the 5 and 9. And then for prices, you know, I do think the first-time starter was a little bit interesting just because this horse was working well, Oldie, in a field like this. This is a race where I would not be surprised to see a horse like that show up and Junior Alvarado rides.
Well, and also Brady puts Panici up a lot of the times and has Junior riding here. And that I noticed that in the morning combined with the workout report. And I was thinking, that seems a little suspicious.
Yeah, I mean it is 6%. I mean, this horse is taking no money, big bomb, but this is obviously, I mean, a lot of these horses have runs. So you called one earlier. This one will be a little bit tougher, I would say. The win percentage is not as high, but I do think this horse has a chance to run.
I mean, I think it will outrun the 27-1 odds. Whether it wins or not, those are two different stories. You know, Brady is 6% as a trainer, but 12% with Alvarado. Yeah. Alvarado did deliver for me on Art Collector.
David Brady, your point, 6%, but bumps up. What are they? 1 for 8, essentially. So
yeah, well, that's not so great, but it's just small sample size that they won 1 and haven't run enough races to be down at 6%, maybe. Your 9 looks pretty good on the track.
Yeah, I pulled it at. Sorry, all we're still just on audio, but yeah, I thought the 9 would be tough, Oldie. I really did. I mean, it's the pace. I usually want somebody to sit off, which is where I do think the 4 or 5 potentially have a shot. I don't know about Gaff on the 3. You know, thought it was maybe a little bit interesting, but the 9 I thought really could improve as a second-time starter. You know, was the second EquinEdge pick. Is big morning line angle, which the public's taking some money. Maybe you'll still get a 4 to 1 or 5 to 1 price.
I thought the 7 was interesting too.
Yeah, Jose rides 5%, 46 SOR. I see they're headed out to the track. I'll turn the audio on.
Yeah. I mean, did run on synthetic last time, had some trip trouble, had to be studied.
Yeah, Ken, I could see the 3. Cyberknife retired. Interesting. Scott, I hadn't heard that, but
that was the plan.
For the Rock Giroux.
I don't think you can blame Flo for that. There was nothing wrong with the ride. It's incredibly tough to win from the 10 post, and there were 4 other grade 1 winners in the race, including the one that won the race.
Yeah. Well, Oldy, your single is going to go off as the favorite, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Make more money if it comes in with the with Chloe's toy.
Yeah.
Here's Wolf Ray. Party pads will be next as Reconnecting goes forward. Pink Party Pants. Next one up, Chloe's Toy. So the numbers dominating the betting are 5, 9, 10. Fourth choice 2, Wolf Rayette.
See if the 4 or somebody has some speed to go with the 9.
Turn on the charm, the last 2. Turn on the charm to take the outside. There in the gate.
racing at Gulfstream.
Runners away. Checked hard at the break was Tovia, shuffled very far back. Good start for Pink Party Pants, who heads off for the early lead from Chloe's Toy, who's away in second. Up on the inside, Miss MM is a joint third.
9 didn't even break, man.
Up 9's last.
Third is Beauty
Or almost last.
From there, it's
This 4 is going to run a big race no matter what.
Yeah.
Reconnecting in Camilla toward the back as they swing to the far turn. Pink Party Pants has the lead by a neck. Chloe's Toy turning up the pressure second. Well situated Beauty Destiny now third. A gap of 4 to Miss MM.
Somebody's coming from back there, though.
Trying to wind it up wide on the course.
4 is just running a monster race, but
The 2 is loaded, but caught really wide. And the 1's coming.
Off the turn in the stretch drive. Camilla tries to get through.
Come on, stay up, Chloe.
Chloe's Toy. Miss MM.
Come on, stay up.
Rios at the rail.
Nope.
Miss MM is 15 to 1, and she has a winning lead. Miss MM and an upset win. Chloe's Toy.
I did play win place show on the 4 so
the favorite Beauty
at 30 to 1.
I ended up I keyed the 4 in the try, so it'll pay 15 to 1 over 23 to 1, and the 5 got 4th. The 7 ended up getting 3rd for 12 to 1.
And you had it?
Yeah, I keyed the 4.
Okay.
So that'll pay good. I mean, it won't. Well, the try pool is 200 grand, so it'll pay good. The 7 getting up to beat the 5
that was huge.
Yeah, and then I bet a $10 win place. So the 4, Oldy, we called that right there late.
Yeah.
Sorry about your pick 5, but
honestly, it would have coming in 5-4 probably would have been the best for me there, but
yeah.
I'll take it.
Wow, 4 ran huge. I mean, that race just didn't look like a lot, and 23 to 1, 6%. Wow. And that's the 1 horse ended up taking no money. Look at the EquinEdge morning line is spot on there.
Yeah.
The super high 5 is, if somebody hits that, it's going to pay giant. Probably. I mean, I would not be, even though the 5 got 4.
That's got to carry over. It's got to carry over. There's no way.
I mean, that's a pretty wild thing, but yeah, that's the 6 getting up even for 5th at 50 to 1.
Kenny said the try play. He thinks the try pays 1680.
That would be huge. I would love to see that. It cost me, so it's $28 in each spot. So cost me, it was about a little over $84, I guess, is what it paid. I just wheeled it through in each spot. With hanging on there for the win would have been nice, but all right, we'll watch that here. I don't think we still have video, Oldy, so nope, not yet. But Golden Gate, we played this joint ticket. We went all here. I somehow twisted your arm to make sure we added the 5 so it didn't beat us.
I have been known to be too stubborn to go all if I don't like one horse.
Hey, I mean, I'm with you. You got to live with when that horse wins and you don't have it. But yeah. I get it. Like I do the all plus 1 sometimes too. So
I thought the 1's really sneaky here for Jonathan Wong and Edwin. I did not realize Edwin had moved his tack to Golden Gate.
Yeah. I didn't either, and I was just, Ken, I do agree. It's cool how you can get the probables there on the trifecta.
Yeah.
Who moved, Oldy?
Edwin Gonzalez. If it's the same guy, he had been riding at Gulfstream for like the last year and a half.
Yeah, you're right. Did somebody in the chat know? Because I don't remember there being another Edwin Gonzalez in Southern California, or there wasn't. It's the same guy. Oh, what's the story, Chris? You just decided to get out of Florida?
I mean, he rode a lot for Cassie down in at Gulfstream too.
Huh, that's interesting.
And I wonder if if 15% at Gulfstream, that he made more money 15% at Gulfstream than he will 20% here at Golden Gate too. Maybe he just wasn't going to get the rides during the winter. Wasn't winning at
Well,
GP.
that's probably the case, right? I mean, he probably is just odd jock. Oh, he's riding for Wong.
Yeah. Who I thought was pulling his horses, but hasn't yet.
Well, I would assume he probably keeps some here, right? I think when I remember reading the article, I thought I remember that they were going to keep some amount of the horses there. It paid $16.79.65.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I love it. Wow.
So Chris actually had a boom sign on Saturday. So I pitched to Scotty that we need to get boom shirts.
That would be good. That would be awesome.
EquinEdge boom shirts.
Oh, Chris, that makes sense. He'll keep the cow bred. So, I mean, that's a long trek, though. I guess. I mean, what's he gonna have an assistant trainer or something help out? Yeah. I don't know, Scott. I've never had a horse there. Thanks, Dave. Let me get to Golden Gate because we're only on sound, Oldy.
Yep.
They're loading the 5. EquinEdge long shot about to load, and Mr. Matt will take over.
Are you rubbing in the fact that I didn't want to use that horse?
Yeah.
Broke very alertly today up pace with Vintage from the inside, flashing speed, and she's clearly has the lead now. So it's
I would rather have the 5 than the 1 right now, based on the prices, though.
9 to 5. Wow. No video, Tony. We are still without. We just checked again.
Who shows the way by a length and a tail. Carmel by the Sea in a good position, running in second. Sweet Tessa right behind her, then Angel and Rose can still see them all with about 5.
Slow pace to a crawl.
Vintage paving the way here. The first leg of the early pick 4, length in front of Carmel by the Sea. Sweet Tessa still in the clear on the outside. Then Angel racing alone in 4. She's on a bit of a hold here, being joined by Rose, who gets closer. Rose down on the inside. Angel alongside those two. Now only 2.5 lengths behind. A compact group approaches the 4-turn run, where Vintage is still making play on the lead. Vintage by a length and a half as she tries to sneak away. Carmel by the Sea within range, still second.
Here comes the 5, Oldy.
Tessa getting closer on the outside, goes pretty well. Sweet Tessa at a price.
Here comes the 2.
Side now, as I say that, she shaken up with those reins by Billy Anton.
I don't think the 1's gonna hold on. I think somebody's gonna win. Not the 1.
I don't know. Let's see if he kicks away.
Rose has to pick it up. Is still the back, cuts the corner. Vintage about a furlong to go.
Easy fractions.
Sweet Tessa third, couldn't keep up. Coming to the 16th pole, Vintage is still in front. Carmel by the Sea second. Rose. Angel are next. It's Vintage grinding away on the front end, and she's going to take them all the way.
Man, 50, almost 51.5.
Yeah, that was very slow. That was really slow, man. Oh, man. That's what you like to see in the on the Tapeta. Really, whether it's at Gulfstream or Golden Gate. I have no idea about Turfway Park, Oldy. Like, although I kind of enjoy playing that track. I rarely play it very much, but it's at night, and like I like that aspect of it. I think they actually race tonight still, but I know it's just very hard. Oldy, I mean, have you figured out any angles there?
I mean, I think it plays the same way as any synthetic track. Is if you have multiple speed horses, especially going distance, and typically everybody tries to go, so it's just a matter of figuring out who's going to close in there. But I don't play there very often because I'm usually driving to or from practice at night, or both. So I'm not sitting there where I have the opportunity to play either.
Yeah. All right, we have Santa Anita in 14 minutes. That is my pick 4. Very similar, cheap. I played it for $1, so played it for 40. And then that was Oldies right there. He's 1, 2, 5, 6. I am 1, 2, 5, 6. We will come back. Well, we actually don't really have anywhere to go, Oldy, because well, let's talk Holy Bull, because
definitely.
we have we don't have any video right now. We're just on audio, so we'll wait for Santa Anita here in 10 plus minutes. So let me get to tomorrow. Is it? Oh, that's today. Hold on. This is actually really, this is a nice card tomorrow at Gulfstream. If anybody has not looked yet, it ends in the Holy Bull in race 12. But as you go back here, you end up with all grade 3 races, I think, except for the first leg of the pick 5. So you have the Holy Bull in the last. You have the Philly 3-year-olds, the Sweetness Chance Stakes on the turf. Rail continues out, but only at 35 feet, it looks like. So in from the 63. Then you go to a 7 furlong race, Oldy, of the grade 3 Forward Gal, right? Which big field, and then back on the turf in the second leg, another grade 3 rail still at 35 feet. Major Dude, the favorite there. And then, so you end up with 4 grade 3s to kind of close it out, and it kicks off with an allowance going 8 furlongs. So good sequence, I would say.
I agree. I don't think this is a great field for the Holy Bull. Like,
I agree.
I don't think there's a White Barrio and a simplification in this field, like last year's Holy Bull.
What did you have thoughts here? I mean, the win percents tell me, as well as the morning line, this thing looks pretty open. Like, I mean, unless you have heavy conviction on somebody like the 4 or 6, I do know, right? A lot of these horses are bred well in the 70s, so that's good, right? But somebody like the 6, that's a lower GSR, even though it's the top win percent. The 4 is really the highest GSR. So if you're looking at many of these who have not raced a ton, those are your favorites. But, somebody like Lord Miles, the 1, Oldie, is going to sit off the speed on the rail, and the morning line really likes this horse as well as the second EquinEdge pick.
I actually really like this horse too. Yeah, that was going to be my pick, was Lord Miles. I look at Legacy Isle beat Lord Miles last time out and was DQ'd to second. But, Legacy Isle, I don't necessarily know wants to go 2 turns. Keep in mind that GSR for 8.5 is actually, or for 8 is typically viewing it as 2 turns, not 1. So
yeah.
So I question whether the Shackelford wants the distance. I don't love Crichton as a trainer at this level. I hate I'm dead against the 4 Cyclone Mischief.
Yeah, well. I'm with you here. I mean, it's Gaffley owned for Romans, right? But and I mean, this is not a great field. I do agree with you, but I struggle to bet a horse like this where the morning line really does not like it. I mean, this horse is going to have to sit close, off maybe a fairly moderate pace for Romans. Like, I don't know. I'm with you.
And I can't use Romans in a race like this. He doesn't win these races.
Yeah, for sure.
And, I look at, so let me give you my price play is also the E long shot. It's the 5, Mr. Bob, who gets Rosario, had IRAD last time out, but had trip trouble. Had a bad start, bobbled, was steadied, and the race was over. If it runs to the GSR into 2 turns here and the 6 stops, or the pace makes the 6 stop, the 5, could be right there with the 1 to pick up those pieces.
Yeah. I mean, you have to toss the last race here in a 70. So that I don't disagree with you on Mr. Bob. I thought this horse was really, really interesting. It stretches out to 2 turns for the first time. Again, I think to your point, for everybody, always pay attention at Gulfstream race on New Year's Day, but that's a 1-turn mile. You know, you look at GSR, this horse should be fine. I mean, from the perspective of, 8 to 8.5. I mean, it's all a very tight numbered within here. It's just a nice horse. And I think, is going to have, I think this horse is going to be close, and Rosario is going to try to rate. Just toss this, right? Because if you liked this horse here in a 68 at Churchill, right, versus this field, the win percent goes up some. You get rid of that race. This horse has a huge shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm just looking. I think there's more speed in this race than the system indicates too. I think you look at the 7. Its 1 win was on the lead. Broke in the slop at Aqueduct. Was too wide there. Broke slow a couple times. This horse breaks well. It could go. The 2 could go with the 6 as well.
Yeah, Saez is going to send. Safi's got 2 here, right? He's got the 2 with Zayas, right? And then he's got Irad.
He's not putting the cheap horse in there.
Yeah.
To rate, he's there to rabbit for the 1, I would think.
Yeah, I think that he's going to take 2 angles, you would assume. He's not going to let the 6 just go and get a loose lead. I would assume that somebody else is going to show speed here. Zayas loses probably the mount on the 1, I'm guessing, which is kind of a bummer. Irad probably picks up the mount, and then Zayas ends up on the other Safi. So, but, you have all these jockey changes, right, Oldie? Look at this. And then you have Jose and Alvarado moving off the 7 and the 3, and they're bouncing around here. So, Rosario then first time here on the 5, which Irad rode, which I like to see. And again, so I'm with you from a price perspective on the 5. I also don't disagree with you at all on the 1. I think the 1's gonna be tough here. I do, for Safi. I wouldn't be surprised to see Safi win this.
But in a Derby points race, I can't believe they could only draw 8 horses.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why Cox sent like 5 horses to the Southwest instead of splitting up his horses.
Well, and I assume that they know who's going to show up here. So, yeah. Thanks, John, for I just saw your note. Sorry, buddy. There's rain tomorrow at Gulfstream, Ken said, Oldie.
Well, normally I would say then that brings the gun runner into the equation, but the 7, if you look at it, did not run well in the slop. Even though gun runners are like 30% in the slop.
Well, let's look here. So let's see if we go to the wet number, the 6 goes down, at the distance quite a bit and overall a little bit. So that may make, if you like to use the wet number and it's wet, like keep that in mind as handicapping. We're not sure. 6 is not running the wet before and doesn't necessarily say it's going to run great. You go to the 2, you see the same story. You get a pretty big drop in GSR of, 8 to 10 points. The 4 looks fine. The 7 it drops a little bit. Lord Miles, not much of a difference, it looks like. On the distance drops a little bit, but overall not much. The 5 looks fine. Doesn't look like the number changes too much. So the 3, I guess, is the 1 horse, I would say, or maybe even the 8. Both these horses.
The 2 Mont horses.
Yeah, the 2 Mont horses, actually, the 3, this horse, it's bred well. It's only a 71. Looks like it wants to go longer. But then even when it's on the wet, it's one of the highest numbers. So the 3 may be interesting with a wet track. And then the 8, the other Mont where Alvarado lands, this horse too look like the number moves a little bit. So, yep, it's the top figure in both cases. So those may be dangerous if on a wet track to at least hit the board. You're going to get a price on at least both of them, maybe only.
I think it's tough on the 8 from that post, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. Neither one of these horses have speed. Ortiz probably can work out a trip, to your point, Oldy, on the inside, though.
Wow. So the place show, I said I played at $5 one place show on the 4 at Gulfstream. Just the place show played $84.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's pretty wild, man. I played a win place, and I didn't get the win, obviously, so I only got the place, but it paid well. It paid $97 for a $10 place. Yeah, that's the two semi okay wins today came on price first time starters, man.
Yeah. As I said, the Kenny angle.
All right. Well, we have no video still, Oldie. I know we usually go for about another half an hour. What do we got right now? We got Santa Anita in 3 minutes. We can go there at least.
Yeah, they're on the track.
We talked about this race quite a bit. I mean, the 5 is a big favorite. It's getting smashed at the window. It's not surprising. If we go back to what we just talked about, the 1 is the play. If the luck continues today, you have some first-time starters in the 1, 2, or 6. The 1, I mean, maybe not the 1 the play, but if you want a first-time starter, there's 3 of them here. I think, Oldie, you and I talked about the 1 having a good work report as well.
Yeah, the 1 has a good report, and what's interesting is the second choice, has a bad work report. Not just an okay, a bad one. I mean, it basically says
my note
simply outgunned by the horse it was working with.
Yeah, blah work was my note.
The 3 also has a big work.
2% big bomber.
Yeah.
Also first time starter. So I see they're starting to walk towards the gate. 1 looks good on the track, in my opinion. I mean, Jock looks comfy. Tiago's riding for D'Amato, who also has the 6.
I'm going to take this moment to take a quick pit stop, and I'll be back for the start of the race.
Tony, we could probably put one together. I didn't look at it, but we definitely probably could do it before we go. Yeah, maybe we'll watch this race and we can, or we'll have to listen to the race because we're still without video. But
she's run twice. First she started, she was actually 15-1.
And then we'll jointly put together Golden Gate. Oldie like the 5 and the next to Golden Gate. I like the 7. So that will be, there's our pick 5, early pick 5. We were too deep in the next race. We can probably, Tony, get the golden hour in between Santa Anita and Golden Gate. Chris, I don't know, man. I text Scotty. I'm not sure what the deal is. He's trying to help me figure it out, but it's just not showing up. It's nothing technology wise, I guess, if that's where you were headed. There's nothing to do with any of that. It's just not there to show. He's trying to work on it though, because I know I think Scotty's was looking at doing some shows this weekend too. Oldie, Tony wants to do golden hour, so we might be able to close it. Oh, you gotta get your headphones on, unless you could hear me.
All right, I'm back.
I was saying Tony wants to do this. I didn't even realize there's a grade 2 race today at Santa Anita.
I did not either.
Oh, and a grade 3. Wow. Well, Tony talked about doing a golden hour, Oldie, so we can look at that after this Santa Anita race, and then maybe we'll close it out with the 3rd race at Golden Gate.
Sounds good. You know, that's why I went to the wrong date. I was pulling up the golden hour. I'm like, why? It doesn't show the golden hour here, but that was just me looking at the wrong day. All right, let's beat the
5 with the 1. We want the 1.
Loading in the gate for the third.
or the 6.
That would be good too. Ashley's Sandcastle, the 1, 19-1. Pretty horse.
Warfare and Ashley's Sandcastle. Nene Diamond will be next.
Five. Big chalk at 2-5. 50% horse. So Flavian rides.
Two more.
Flavian ride.
Get to the outside. They're in the gate. And they're off. General warfare began very quickly. Bajan Bush is matching strides, and here's Nene Diamond coming through in the orange colors now, and Nene Diamond is faster than all. Idesia is the gray outside fourth, 3.5 off the lead. The two trailers, Ashley Sandcastle and Miss Joe's Candy, the distant trailer. Nene Diamond passes the half-mile pole, cruising along. 2-point lead.
What I didn't tell you is my note said I thought maybe the 5 needs the
Third
lead.
in the red colors.
I don't think the 5 is going to run, man.
Now takes the third spot. At the rail, Ashley's Sandcastle.
Come on, Ashley Sandcastle.
A big gap to Miss Joe's Candy.
She trying to come.
Coming to the
I mean, she has horse. I don't know if she's going to catch the 2, though.
Nene Diamond has built up.
I'm okay with that.
5-length
I did
cushion
use the 2, even though the workout report was not great.
Warfare. Ashley Sandcastle at the rail.
Come on, Ashley.
Start is starting
No
to
4.
a little bit of momentum on the
Yeah,
outside.
no 4 and no 5,
When
please.
Nene Diamond to catch. 4-length lead.
I think the 2 going to hold on.
I don't know. The stride's good. No, you're right. It will, but stride was shortening up there.
By 3.5.
Boom. That's going to pay way above
General
7-2.
Yeah, no,
in
for
terms of a
sure.
multi.
JJ again. It's the JJ show at the moment, right? Didn't he win the first, and now he
Yeah.
just won the third, right? Yeah, the third.
Yeah.
So, all right, Oldy, I did not. I'm all for it, Tony. We can look at this golden hour. Ken, you played the 4-1. February 4th. Where? Somebody said I was on February 4th. Oh, you're right. Thanks for telling me. I appreciate that. That's why there's not graded stakes races.
As I was complaining about basically doing the same thing.
Rory, that's I appreciate you for doing that. Else we would have just wasted some time, and you're all over it. So I appreciate that, buddy. All right. This will explain more then that there are not graded stakes races at Santa Anita today. There is a maiden special state bred. All right. So Oldy, I did not look at late Santa Anita. I only looked at early. So we'll have to do this a little bit on the fly. I'll drive. You kind of feel free to chime in. So first leg, state bred allowance. There's a couple of favorites from a win percent. The 7, obviously, to me is very interesting at 37%. You have a morning line angle, and this horse is not being seen, at least by the public morning line or odds maker, because it's had it at 4-1, but it has a big shot to sit off the pace of the 4 and 6. You know, one of the first things I do is look at the 4 and 6. So I say, all right, number 4, Delta Wind. You did not run in a 62. That was too tough. You're going 2 churns now. Looks like GSR says okay. You burned a bunch of money as a favorite. You didn't run here. You have run 8 furlongs once. So this horse is going to have to, I don't know. His horse is dropping a little bit, but I don't trust that this horse with that amount of speed with the 6 is going to be okay when I see that the 6 is the second EquinEdge pick.
Did you happen to see who the 4's workout partner was?
I have not looked at anything. Who's the 4 working with?
Granted, it did not do well in this matchup, but it was against Tripoli. Grade 1 got the lead in the Pegasus Tripoli.
I mean, my only thing, the problem is this horse is going to be on the inside of the 6, who has a boatload of speed. I
think the 7 has more speed than you think, too, based on the way the workout report reads.
I mean, the problem with this horse, right? This horse is dropping 22 points in GSR. Like, why are they putting this horse on the dirt?
O'Neill does that sometimes, though. Chris, you want to comment on that? I think I made that comment a few weeks ago, and you said O'Neill does that and has some success doing that. I mean, the question is, can the 2 rate? Or the 4, I'm sorry, can the 4 rate? Or can the 6? I mean, they both look like they're the same speed. The 7 also has similar speed.
I don't think the 4 can, man. I mean, look, it tried here in a 62 and a 54, and the horse completely stopped.
Yeah, the 1
I mean, this horse probably needs the lead, I would say. So, I mean, I got to imagine the 4 is going to send, right? The 6 is probably sending too.
Okay, so if the pace breaks down here, I don't like the 1. The 1's cheap. So what, maybe if we toss the 7, 4, 6, 7, 1 and go 5, 3, 5, 2, 3?
Yeah, I mean, unless we think the 2 is a single, I think we at least need the 3. I mean, so the 5, this horse came way off, stalking, going 1 turn. It's GSR. This is its first time 8 furlongs.
Doesn't look like it is getting the apprentice, though.
Yeah, let's go. What do you, 120 maybe?
Sure.
All right, and then we'll kill the 7. And then, okay, let's start there, and we'll go to the next leg. And we still got 5 minutes till Golden Gate. Not that we could finish this after Golden Gate too, but hold on. Let me pull up, because since we don't have video, let me pull it up on my iPad just so that I have it over here. Okay. All right. So I guess in this situation, we have to decide if the 2 is a single Crosby Beach at Golden Gate.
It's trying to tell me it is. Let's see let me take a look at the workout report real fast on it.
I mean, this horse has tried, it's won once in a 54, then was on the turf. So it is going 10 furlongs. So let's look at the GSR.
Does have a 3-star work against a bunch of horses that have 1-star works.
And so let's just look at the 4 then. So these are the 2 pace horses, and the 2 isn't necessarily tactical, but it has shown it can pass horses. It obviously can get the lead. It's coming off of the turf onto the synthetic. It raced well on the synthetic last time out at 10 furlongs. Didn't get the lead and ended up getting second in a 56. So this horse for sure fits. If we go to the 4, Oldy, I mean, the thing here with this horse is going to have to improve. The GSR, though, is jumping on the 4.
And the 4 also showed it could rate last time out.
And it has tried twice in a row. So these 2 horses are probably going to be tough either way.
Off slow, late interest.
The 1 is EquinEdge long shot. The Morning Line likes this horse, but this horse hasn't won in a long time, probably a year.
I mean, the 3 I think wants wants the distance, almost beat a 60 on the turf at 11 furlongs.
The
That was
162 is back here.
That was 18 months ago.
Oh yeah, wow, look at that layoff, man. So this horse set the pace and couldn't win and lost by 5 lengths first out. So the question here, and this is a 10-year-old, Warden Jerry. I mean, this horse has only raced 31 times as a 10-year-old. That's pretty wild. But I don't like these types of horses, in my opinion, but
yeah, I mean, obviously it was probably retired as an 8-year-old, and then something happened and it was gelded and ended up at Golden Gate. That's what I see, at least.
Yeah.
I will say I do think that the 7 might have something to close into here if both the 2 and the 4 go.
It's only 2% though.
Yeah, small GSR bump on synthetic. I'm just looking over it. Looks like it's had trouble staying healthy and was a 1-star work.
The 7 or the 5?
The 7.
Yeah, I mean, the 5 to me is more interesting just because this horse is not 2%. I mean, it's 6%.
I can't use a drop from a 52 to a 37 though.
No, I'm with you. So I don't know. To me, this is the 2 or 4.
Well,
but
the 4 can rate, the 2 can't.
But I mean, the 2 is going to ascend then, and then the 4 is going to have to rate. Unless the 4 ascends, which I guess he could, but they've tried to rate this horse the last 2 times.
Right, and he got home last time against weaker, but got home.
I mean, I could go either. I mean, we could single one of them or go 2 deep. I mean, let's keep going though.
Yeah.
I think Bill, I understand the 7. I mean, it's the top win percent. My concern is this is a 24-point drop. It's a massive drop in SOR. I mean, so I guess from a class perspective, I just wonder what's wrong with this horse. Like, there's something wrong. I mean, it can win though. I mean, I don't disagree with you. So I don't know. We'll come back. Let's go to leg 3, Oldie. So, state bred on the turf. The 1 is top GSR. It is 15%, and it is also the top pace. It has raced 3 times before. They're going 2 turns. This horse nearly won last out in a 44. What's the work report tell us about this race?
Grabbing it now. So hold on. I got to move from Golden Gate to there because I'm just using the main file. Here we go. All right. So we want the last race. All right. So the 11 has a 3-star work. The 1, let's see what it says about the 1.
11 scratched.
The 1 was being outworked by its workout partner, and has a 2-star work. The 10 has a 3-star work.
Scratched.
Everything else is 2 stars.
2 or 3?
2.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not going to help us then.
Yeah.
Let's listen to Golden Gate, and then we will get back. The 7 horse is the favorite currently at Golden Gate, Oldie. We have the 5 and 7 in our pick 5.
Yep. Off a 6-1 morning line.
Yeah, I know.
Those are just bad morning lines, though. I mean.
Yeah. I don't think we ever. Sorry, I didn't check video. I don't think we ever got it back. Yeah, we didn't. I hope Scotty's able to figure that out.
Was it the player or was it something
Yeah.
else?
It's not to, there's something wrong with, I don't know. He, I think, has to contact RTN.
Somebody's trying to stick their head out the top of the gate there.
There's still,
Good
did
break
that
for your
horse not-
7.
Tony Two Pocket, Supersonic Flyer. Those two win the start. The gray mare, Tony Two
I'm
Pocket.
trying to see the
Supersonic
1,
Flyer
3,
is
6.
Tony Two Pocket with a clear lead down the back stretch.
No, they all
Flyer
broke.
takes back to
Yeah.
second. Smoking Hot Bobby makes her way to joint second now. Coming back to Rolinga. She's at the tail end of the field with Crown Kitten as they hit the far turn run. Supersonic Flyer had no intention going to the front. And Tony Two Pockets been handed everything her own way on the lead. Now Supersonic Flyer's going to have to run her down. Takes second and gets outside for the final quarter mile. Smoking Hot Bobby is caught 3 wide. Her stablemate Crown Kitten is trying to follow her. Circles to the extreme outside. Rolinga is 5th off the turn. Tony Two Pocket, the one to run down. Here comes Smoking Hot Bobby.
Here comes my 5.
7 gonna win, man.
Yeah.
Though, and Smoking Hot Bobby can't get her. Tony Two Pockets, 16 to go. Opens
Tony
up
Two Pockets.
And Supersonic
We never drew
easy lead
for
in Two Pocket, and that was
who we were going to give shares to on this race.
Oh,
On this ticket.
we still can if you want to do it. It's still
Sure.
alive. Might as well, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right, y'all. We're gonna get we forgot to give away. What are you doing? 30%, only 10% to 3 people?
Sure.
Okay. We will draw it. Chuck, you have to follow me. It doesn't work if you don't follow. Andy, Tyler, and Frank. Andy gets lucky.
Yeah. But Andy does retweet pretty much everything we do too. So there's a very loyal watcher, listener, whatever we're calling the stretch runners.
Yeah. All right, Oldy, I got 8 minutes. Well, I probably got about 6 minutes. Let's finish this. And then remind me after we get off Oldy, and I can send out the tweet for that, for this Golden Gate.
Okay.
So, which we're still alive. Good luck to those 3 that have joined us. I like this ticket, Oldy. There's a good chance I think this thing's gonna hit. We just need a little bit of a price in the next race. So, okay. The system wants to spread here. I think we have to use the 1 no matter what, because it's the top GSR and it's the top pace with a 30-foot rail.
And I think you have to use the 5 because it's 68 GSR, 13%, and it's 10 to 1 on the morning line.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I cut the 2 and 7 because they were 1%. I guess let's go to the last race because we can figure out where then to add coverage, and we can decide if we just go 2 and 4 here in the second leg. So maiden claimer, you have this race is probably going to be tough unless we find some angles.
I mean, the only angle I see is the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a huge risk that it doesn't stop. And
do you have the work report for Golden Gate?
Yeah, I just got to switch it back. Hold on. All right, so the 2, surprisingly, there's a bunch of good workouts here. The 2 is a 3-star workout.
Okay.
6 is a 3-star workout.
Okay.
3, 4, 7, 8, all 3-star workouts.
I think then we spread here. What about the 5? Is top EquinEdge picking 18%?
5 has a 2-star workout.
It's raced 7 times. I think we should. I mean, it's 18%. I mean,
if this is a pace meltdown, that's the horse to clean it up.
it's probably hard though. Like that's on a 5.5 on the synthetic. I mean, what's this horse been doing? It's been trying to close into a pace going 6 furlongs, 5.5. It just comes up short every time. Not to say I guess it couldn't do it today, but
Yeah, and it's dropping from 20 to 8K.
Okay. Well, so I mean, I think the problem is we're gonna have to single them. So
I don't know. I could go 2-6-8-5 here. Or I could add the 4 who's 9% as a first time starter.
So no 9, no 3, no 7. What'd you say? 2, 3, 6, 8, 4? No 5?
I said 2, 6, 8, 4, 5.
Okay. I think that's right.
And then what? That puts us at 150. That's
1, 3, 4, 9, and this. Well, you talked about the 5, so we have to find what horses we're going to use here because I think we already decided we're cutting the 7, which could be a little bit risky. But I guess tread lightly. If you want to add the 7 there, you could, or single.
no. I was talking the last at Golden Gate. For
Yeah. No, that's what we got.
Okay, no, sorry, I was looking at your screen and it was different than mine. I hadn't refreshed here.
Tweeting's against your religion, Bill. That's not good. So I think we need the 1. Pratt's on the 9, Vasquez is on the 4, Respoy's on the 3. They're all maidens. The 4 has not been on the turf in the GSR drops. The 9 has. The 3 definitely maybe prefers to sprint for the most part.
Yeah, and there's a drop on yo time in the GSR going to turf and routing. The 4.
So
it's a risk though, because it's the motto on the turf.
I mean, look at this. This is a horse is one of the lowest numbers. Although, like, I mean, you have a 10.5 number up here. This horse needs to go to Golden Gate, man. It's definitely for the synthetic.
1, 5, dropping 7, 9. The 9 workday is the E top pick. Looks like he'll stop.
Yeah.
And looks like I don't know if you can use the 9 in the 1 because the 9 has not shown the ability to rate.
It does have Pratt though. That's like the Irad factor. It's the Pratt factor. I mean, this is a tough race because, I mean, the 1 could definitely go. I mean, this horse is bred well, and it continually. I mean, it's only second time 2 turns on the turf. And this horse nearly won last out. So, I mean, this horse may get the lead, but it doesn't necessarily have to have the lead based on the last race.
Yeah, but the 9, I think, needs the lead.
But he might get it. I mean,
yeah.
So, I mean, I think you like the 5. I mean, that's 150. I mean, I guess you want to play.
Yeah.
I guess that would probably be it, Oldy. And
yeah,
then if you want a single, you could single and probably either the 2 or 4. I think to me, this is the race to single though, because you either like one of these horses or you don't. And if you don't, then single. If you do like one of them, you could single one or just play both like this. That's how I look at it, Oldie.
Yeah.
All right. I got to run. It was a pleasure, buddy. We have a couple tickets live, obviously. Good luck. I singled the 4 here at Santa Anita. I know you're still live too, Oldy, in your ticket to the 4 and 6 at Santa Anita. And then we have this Golden Gate with viewers. I hope that hits. Yeah. I have to jump on a normal work meeting since I am Pacific time and get back to work. But it was a pleasure, man. I always get to enjoy an extra long lunch and spend it with you and everybody in the chat. So anything to add, Oldy, before we go?
Hit the thumbs up, please.
Yes,
please.
The
like button. And also thank you, everybody, for spending your Friday afternoon with us.
Yeah, we love it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend. We'll be around. Good luck, Oldy. I know we'll be catching up.
You'll be around. I probably won't be this weekend, but
you'll be around a little bit, but I understand. So, all right, man.
All right. Thanks everybody.
All. Bye.